One.
Hello and welcome to Antifa D&D, a show in which a bunch of Australians really stick the landing on launching into their space adventure, playing Wrath and Glory together. My name is Douglas. I am your games master for this evening and for the next little while. I am joined as ever by my players April, Kynwin, David the Dark Void, and Zindi.
Uh-oh.
So,
There we go.
it's all good. We've got David back. Um, let's launch straight into it. No, actually, one announcement to bring up at the very beginning of our time together. We won't be together next week, and
the
we
week
won't be
after.
together the week after that. So we will be having a few weeks off shortly after this, but it is the perfect time to then launch in and get things rolling. So,
Surely we won't regret launching in.
no, you
Or
will not regret
anything
entering a Space
rolling.
Hulk. To continue, my Lord Inquisitor, we have finally arrived at the Wrath of Ruin. I'm going to keep this reasonably brief, as I believe the picked servitors give you a much better picture of what has occurred inside that Hulk than I ever could. Please watch along and send back any queries you may have for further clarification. We star wipe in, I guess, and pick a Star Wars transition to get us into the actual adventure. The Queen of White Lies and her attendant fleet have just passed through an asteroid field and are now basically rolling up on the scene that is in front of you here in Foundry, where the Wrath of Ruin, a massive Eldar craft world that has been corrupted by warp energy over time, is now laid out in front of you. Little shards of it orbit it as though it had its own, because I mean, it does have its own gravitational pull. And your ship is not much bigger than some of those chunks, despite being a kind of 6-7 kilometer long battleship of the Imperium of Man.
Oh boy.
You are tiny in comparison to this thing. It's effectively a planetoid, but kind of in ship form. And it very clearly bears the marks of its time in the warp. It is twisted and warped, and all of the sleek, smooth lines that those of you who are familiar with Eldar craftsmanship would expect to see are kind of still sort of there, but also kind of wrong. Angles don't angle correctly. Light doesn't refract the way it should. It's no good. It's exactly the vibe of looking at a haunted house and seeing like the leering face in the windows and the doorway on your way in.
I mean, just from the artwork, it looks like someone took a spaceship, made it out of plasticine, and then just went.
Yep. Basically, exactly what happened. An Eldar ship. Well, no, you guys don't necessarily know what Eldar ships are made of, but I like to talk about 40k. So, an Eldar ship stung out of Wraithbone, the psycho sort of reactive material.
They were
that the
already
Eldar,
kind of organic, unfortunately.
yeah, that the Eldar basically grow everything out of, lost in the warp, and exactly that smashed together by the powers therein into a blob.
Something already called Wraithbone, but now creepier.
Yeah, that's right. Now worse, somehow. Fairly obviously, there are plenty of other ships that have embedded themselves in the hull as well, ships that have kind of smashed into it at odd angles or that have somehow fused to it in its time in the hellscape of the Immaterium. It's not good, effectively, but there is treasure within. Trazen wants that big tapestry, and by the Emperor, you're going to go get it for him. Speaking of, Sister Anthony and Neve, you guys are currently on your TARDIS with Initech. You have sort of scouted ahead of the Queen, but the time has come to regroup so that you can actually join the boarding action to explore this ship. You've agreed with Captain Ducol that you're going to effectively join and to some extent support their efforts in exploring and cataloging the treasures of the Space Hulk. Mostly because safety in numbers. It's going to be a much easier Hulk to explore if there are other teams kind of working in tandem with you, rather than you guys trying to figure out where things are on your own. To that end, Captain Ducol has pointed out that there are kind of two main groups that are going to be aboard, but in reality, there's probably going to be closer to 12 teams that will be deployed over the course of, your explorations. So, presuming you guys will drop back into the cargo bay and disembark and get ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Sister Anthony will make sure that she grabs her helmet from her room.
Gonna want
Excellent.
to be sealed.
I don't want to
we-
roll down those sleeves.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sister Anthony has also done her hair in like a helmet friendly situation,
Hmm.
so as not to compromise the seal.
To be fair, the void
Kinda doing
suit
more.
has the top of the head naked anyway.
Does
So
it really?
as long it
Oh,
does.
so can she have a space ponytail?
Look, as long as it's sealed at the forehead, 40k seems to think that it's fine.
There are
Okay,
so
scratch
many
that.
guys
Space
in
ponytail.
the Space Marines with ponytails on their helmets. You're fine.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah,
Scratch
yeah,
any
yeah.
practical thing I just said.
Yeah, no, like I looked at the void suit and it's seriously, it's got goggles and it's got the rebreather and everything, but this guy's bald head is completely like visible, so you can see Gretchen's tuft.
All right, she's She-Ra-ing out.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's where we're at.
I will put my
Yes.
regular helmet on. Which
Okay,
is
Yeah,
does she have to
you-
put
you
her
can at
biceps
least
away in
POH
this
this.
case?
Well, look, if it sealed the shoulder, I guess she's fine.
Yeah, if it's a tight seal, I don't see why you can't have biceps out. It's cold. It's
Yeah,
cold in
it's
space.
gonna
It's
be
all-
cold.
It's
She's just
well
gonna have
cold.
radiated
Yeah,
biceps, but that'll
space
just
is-
make them better.
Space is full of radiation.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
our
just
space, but
that's
40k space seems like it's fine.
Fair
radiation.
point.
It's just spicy light.
So much
isn't it?
radiation. It's
I thought
worse.
it was, it's just
It's way
spicy
worse.
light. It's
Yep.
fine. You'll be fine.
There are giant ancient beings made of space cancer.
It's
So,
true. It's
yeah.
true.
These biceps are ice cold.
Yeah, exactly. She can go
Perfect.
swing and like bounce it back.
We're going to call a vet because those puppies are going to get sick.
Yar.
Yes,
It's fine.
I quite like the aesthetic of everybody having some kind of flesh exposed to the hard vacuum of space. So we're just
I
going
do
to
not
roll
have-
with that.
It's
I
brilliant.
do not have any flesh exposed to the hard
However,
vacuum of
I was
space.
going to say, if you
have
would
you
like
got the
your
void
kit
suit
to
for your
be
birdie
all
feet?
encompassing, your kit is all encompassing.
My bird feet are in fact out a little bit. You are so correct.
Yo, leggies out.
Oh, okay.
Neves,
The legs have armor and the toes have armor, but my little
Yeah,
feeties is
But
out.
yeah.
really
Neves'
close to that
augmetic, Neves' augmetic legs are exposed from,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess
void
from,
suit.
from
'Cause you do
from
have
just
a void
above the
suit.
knee down.
That makes sense.
That's a fair
Um,
offering to the void.
Yeah. This is
Perfect.
how we're cool. Like you
Yeah.
gotta be cool or else you die.
Yeah, the stand user could be anyone. Immediately
Yeah.
cuts to the 4 people in space with no
Yeah,
armor
yeah.
on various parts of their
Goes out.
bodies.
Exactly.
So, speaking of, I guess as you're grabbing kit and getting ready and kind of disembarking from the TARDIS and Apophis and Gretchen as you're kind of making your way down to not the same deck that the TARDIS is showing up at, but to the deck where you're going to be disembarking from. There are a series of, I guess, at some point you'll probably meet up. I'm going to say you all meet up on the way down so that I don't have to describe things twice.
Yep.
But basically, as you kind of connect and then head down to your disembarkation deck, oddly, it's a little bit of a... Festive isn't quite the right word, but it's certainly an upbeat atmosphere on the disembarkation deck. As you walk in, you see there's probably about 50 or 60 naval armsmen in various stages of preparation with their kit. So combat shotguns, armored void suits. Unlike yours, Neve and Gretchen, these void suits are impeccably well maintained and are all uniform in color and appearance. They've all got the maroon of House Ducal over on the jacket
Very
with white
nice.
pants. A
Cool.
lovely bronze trim.
Oh, that's something as well with the void suits. They all come with a sick trench coat. Like
Yes.
the Imperial ones, the sick trench coat is underneath. The dwarvish ones, sorry, the squats, the sick trench coat is on the outside.
Yeah, over the top of the kit.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's it's fabulous.
I am scared
Isn't
to
that
ask.
what?
I'm scared to ask because I know the void suits themselves don't have any armor rating. Can I wear my
Yes.
flak coat with it?
Short answer, basically the intention here is going to be that your current armor is effectively integrated into the suit.
Okay, thank you.
So you're not going to be zero armor for this particular
We
encounter.
handily got void suits that were a bit armored. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So nice.
You've both got flak, I think. So the two people who bought void suits bought ones with flak armor
Yeah,
incorporated.
black void suits.
And the two people in power armor don't need them.
Yeah, we got power armor.
Indeed. Similarly, these guys do all have flak armored void suits going for them as well. I guess in theory, what you've bought is kind of the undersuit for the actual kind of spacesuit side of it, and the armor still straps over the top.
There
'Cause
is
there's nothing
at
saying you
least
can't
an
wear both.
armory looking shit
Yeah,
on
correct.
the void suit. So like,
Yep.
yeah.
And yeah, so anyway, as you walk out, the mood is kind of festive. I say festive. Festive is probably wrong, but it's certainly upbeat. More upbeat than you would perhaps expect for a bunch of people who have just seen the Wrath of Ruin out of, whatever void into space they were looking through and beheld the horror that they're headed towards.
Rogue trading is a good life,
Does
Let's go, boys.
Does duct tape
Here we go,
exist
here we go.
in 40k?
Does
Yes,
duct
but
tape
it's
exist in
called
40K?
like the Emperor's Ductus.
Yeah. It's got some stupid name, but yes, there is tape.
Ductus Infinicus or something.
Yeah,
Adhesive tape, I think, is what it's called normally.
Because Neve wants to duct tape her Auspex, her hand scanner, to her wrist, to her forearms, so that she can dual wield her pistols without dropping her Auspex.
Come
Yes,
to
most likely
think,
can do that.
Gretchen's gun is an example of some
Of duct
kind of
tape, it's true.
adhesion. Yes. So Gretchen can probably, comes over and rip. Here you go.
Yeah,
I feel like
sheer
Gretchen
amount of-
solves many of her problems with this tape.
And look, she's the duct tape WD-40 kind of girl. Does it move? Should it?
Yeah.
One. Shouldn't
This'll
it?
sort it
The
out.
other.
Yeah. Wonderful. So yes, and Eve, you definitely got time to do that. Part of the reason for this kind of reasonably upbeat atmosphere is that clearly the ship is putting on a kind of, again, party's the wrong word, but certainly a thing to send off these soldiers who are about to step out into a space Hulk. I say
Oh, man,
soldiers,
that's a
House
control.
Guard. There is
Take it.
all sorts.
Aye.
As you kind of look out over this bay, there is, in fact, in one corner, Cookie, who you met in Free Water.
Hey! Well,
Um,
Gretchen is going to go over and fist bump that guy.
What do you want?
Hey, what you got?
They gave me the good stuff today. You guys must be really going into it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
And so he's like hacking up what are clearly some of the finest meats on the ship. And like he's cooking them
does
on his
Caspian
little
know that these are
hibachi
here?
grill. Captain Tukol is floating around and clearly kind of making small talk with small bands of soldiers and clearly knows her soldiers well enough to know what kind of small talk works for them. Some of them get like the cheeky wink and the pat on the shoulder. Some of them get the firm nod and the respectful handshake. All that sort of stuff.
Oh, man, she's Despicable Me, guys. She knows all of them by name.
Cookie is absolutely going nuts with the top tier stuff that he's gotten. He doesn't get that very often, but the man can work miracles with a tin of corpse starch. So imagine what he's doing with the good stuff.
With actual
Yeah.
food.
Mm.
Over in the corner, Caspiel is like regaling a group with the last time he set foot on an abandoned wreck. Trying to pin down exactly what had happened to the crew. It ends up being a wonderful story about how he and the team he went on with captured a clawed fiend.
I was going to say
that had
visuals of him
rampaged
with
through the
pith
ship.
helmet and the long rifle and the...
Yeah, exactly right.
Mm.
Kind of under his watchful gaze and kind of visibly reluctantly, Caleb is also here.
Ooh.
And he has two crates that have been clearly kicked open in front of him, just overloaded with what he's calling liquid courage,
Hey!
and just pallets and pallets of glow sticks on the other.
Ooh,
Let's go, boys.
He is making
Yeah.
a show of how much this is costing him.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly he's used to this pantomime, is kind of the impression you all get. He's used to sort of protesting and being the merchant who's being hard done by all of this. But the naval armsmen absolutely love it. You know, they give him grief, he gives them grief. It's all
Blessed
just
be
nice
if my
banter.
poor mother could see what you guys are doing to my profit line.
Exactly right? All that sort of stuff. So that's kind of the tableau in front of you as you sort of step in. So Gretchen has immediately run over to Cookie to get her hands on the good stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She has her space bunning sausage.
You would have a space bunning sausage.
There would absolutely be a space bunning sausage, especially if you're about to go
100%.
to a space Hulk. Space Hulk sausage.
Yeah. Most of these guys
mean-
won't be coming back, so they're getting a nice meal.
Yeah,
Yes.
well.
that's nice.
Yep. I guess the other thing that you notice, I guess, as you're kind of wandering away from Cookie Gretchen, is that there are a number of guardsmen who have guardsmen,
Naval dudes.
armsmen who have set themselves up in a corner. You can see that they've marked a section of deck in front of them with a white chalk cross. And in front of, or just behind that, leaning up against the wall, is what is clearly a super heavy but still kind of mobile Aquila. And they're kind of kneeling and praying and
Call
all
it
that
a
sort
shrine.
of stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the Emperor is paying attention.
It sure is.
Indeed.
Good important shit.
Yep. And so as you're kind of walking past, you hear as kind of one of the armsmen is up the front with his, actually Gretchen, bizarrely, a copy of the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer firmly in hand.
Oh yeah,
So
beautiful.
they're best friends.
Saying,
So he must
calling out-
be ex. Well, I suppose you get acquired to the Rogue Trader, don't you? So probably ex regular guard.
Yep. And so as you walk past, he's saying, "O eternal Emperor, who alone watches us and rules the tides and storms, be compassionate to your servants. Preserve us from the perils of the warp, that we may be a safeguard to the dominion of man."
She's mouthing this as she walks past. She knows
Yeah,
it.
You also know it. Exactly. And so then they all move into a rousing hymnal together
Lovely.
as they prepare to go. Anything that anyone else wants to do as kind of everybody else is living it up, perhaps for the last time, is the vibe that
Mr.
you
Anthony will grab a pack of those glow sticks and put them in some sort of situation pouch.
Yeah,
You've got situation pouches. You have many.
get.
I mean, yeah, we are space action heroes. We have so many pouches.
One
We charge
behind
your
the
pouch
ear
after.
and the pack in somewhere.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
armor does in fact have pockets, would you believe?
Oh, great. Yeah.
It does.
Cool.
Yeah.
Of course.
Neville.
We have solved one thing in the 41st millennium.
The Sisters of Battle know what the fuck they're doing in terms
That's
of
right.
reason.
Yeah.
Women designed
You'll,
armor for women.
Yo.
She'll stash a little pack. She'll give Caleb a wink, and then she will go get a Bunnings sausage.
Neville will sort of sidle up to Apophis and sort of just looking out on everything that's happening and say, so all these people, many of them know this might be their last mission.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're doing this to get a vanity piece for a psychopathic robot at the end of time.
Overlord.
Is he psychopathic or is he like sociopathic? Like,
Sociopathic might be more
one
accurate.
that's self-interested.
One or the other. Yeah.
I think he's all of them if you get to know Trazen for long enough.
Probably.
Yeah. You don't be alive for 75 million years and be okay.
Yeah, guy's probably pretty versatile. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, we are.
including psychoses.
Space hulks are incredibly dangerous, even for space marines. Entire chapters nearly lost to them.
So, I know we have no choice, and we have to do this, but I would like to find an out one day. And I know you can hear me.
Well, Eve, you always have a choice. Things always change, don't you know?
I think you
Have you got
and
a moment
I...
to talk about our Lord and Saviour Zinch?
I think you and I have had very different lives.
I think you and I are quite very much the same, Neve.
You and I were not so different.
Tiny girl, enormous space marine,
immortal,
warped by
space
chaos magic.
I am not immortal. I would like to make that very clear. I just live a long time.
There you go. Long
I
live.
can be shot.
But I think you and I are very much the same, and we just sort of stand there and look at each other for several seconds, and Neve says, "Yeah, you're probably right," and walks away.
Purpose would also like to... He wants to walk over to the low stick because he wants to get a couple packs too, but he also wants to not make too much of a drama, but it's hard when you're 7 foot tall space marine.
You are like
Gretchen
Large.
was already gonna go and collect the low sticks as well, so she's gonna be like, yeah, pack for me. Hey, you want something, buddy? Hey, and just kind of toss them at the purpose. So there you go. Couple
One in
packs
each
for you.
hand.
Yep. One for me, one for you. She got a low stick wedged into the grill of her void suit.
Mhm.
Yes.
Apophis, as you're moving around the room, you are getting a few kind of reverent prostrations from naval armsmen, almost on reflex. A lot of them.
You gotta. They're bigger. They're a big deal.
Last time they saw you, you were potentially an enemy combatant, and they weren't particularly happy about that. Now you are a ally, they think, and Space Marine. The kind of imperial awe of a Space Marine is hard to overcome, even when they're somewhat obviously chaos.
Fine.
So there is a little
By
bit of
what
that kind
we've
of
discovered-
kneeling and Aquila making and all that sort of
If
stuff.
anyone gives him the Aquila, he's going to do the Aquila back, but with all 4 arms. So 2 Aquilas.
2 Aquilas. That's
a
just
lot of
extra
them-
powerful, extra holy.
Yeah.
Consider themselves blessed.
Yup.
Oh, there we go. I hope they have a
Double
last.
Aquila all the way
Good,
across the
good last
sky.
time.
That's what the extra
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
are for, and that only.
Yes,
That's all
Honoring
they're
the
for.
Emperor.
they built a space marine who can double honor the emperor.
It's not like there's any other large bird creatures I sort of worship or anything.
No.
Don't even worry about it.
No.
Um,
Obviously, clearly.
Sister Anthony, as you are wandering around the deck with your bunning sausage, enjoying life, the onions, by the way, cooked to perfection. Whatever
Ah,
perfection is in your mind for a bunning sausage, absolutely,
Yep.
Cookie has nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. It's mustard on
As
her
you're
cheek.
walking around, there is a small voice from behind you that says, "Excuse me, sister."
My mouth's full.
And you turn around, and it is the same guy who was sort of leading the prayers at the shrine of the Aquila earlier. And he sort
I
of
know that accent.
stands to attention and says, "Sergeant Baines, how'd you do? Me and the lads was wondering, before we go up Hulk and potentially die, it'd mean ever so much to us if you said benediction for us, sister."
Benediction.
Ah, that's right. Just a few words to cheer us up before we go in the Hulk.
Neve walks up. She would love to. Wouldn't you?
I suppose.
Gretchen pops up with her primer.
Is it written in there?
I mean, there's some
There
nice
are a
words in there.
few.
Many,
There are some
many
nice words.
benedictions.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Sister Anthony has read it.
Yeah.
It's
She's read
true,
more
you
of
have
it than I
mentioned it.
have. But so yes, she will hand off her bunning sausage to Neve and take the primer.
Yep.
Flip
And
through
verily
it.
Benedict. Yeah, Gretchen going, oh, that's a good one. That one's a good one.
Good. And Sister Anthony will follow this man, blissfully unaware that she has mustard on her face, and she will read this bit.
That's so real.
This
of her, though.
passage.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Really
Wonderful.
humanizes her.
She Benedicts.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, the assembled armsmen who are taking their faith in the Emperor seriously seem deeply moved by the fact that a sister of battle has come and delivered that benediction to them.
Glorious.
And it is
She
perhaps
is
the thing
throwing
that
panic
most buoyed
eyes at the others every now and then, but
Gretchen,
them.
right,
Purposes.
yeah,
Not watching.
she can see that this means something to them, so she's
Yeah,
not gonna spit in their porridge.
it's important to these
Wonderful.
lads.
Yep, many of them make the sign of the Aquila. One or two of them stare at you a little longer than perhaps you would expect, almost as though they
benediction with
recognize you
extra
from
titty.
somewhere. I mean,
Yeah,
that too.
she'll wink at those ones. Like that, she can handle that.
Probably more of a, is that Sister Anthony than the titties?
Yeah, is that-
Or could be both.
Still,
A mix-
I mean,
a mix of
she's
both, I think.
impressive.
I feel like there's
Mhm.
probably some form of little heart-shaped boob window in the suit. I don't know.
Oh, look, you've got a fleur de lis on each tip.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're
It's
big
true.
fleur-de-lis.
Yeah, big fleur de lis.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of that is going on. The mood immediately
She will reclaim her
sours.
sausage once she's
Oh,
done.
Oh,
oh
yes,
no.
of course.
Oh no.
The mood immediately sours as a gaggle move onto the deck. A lot of
Jeez.
these are familiar faces to you.
Oh,
It
is
is
it our resident scumbags?
It is the Inquisitor to start with, walking through with his power armor, which is also sleeveless,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look,
and a
these
rebreather
guys
that
are
also only covers the
incredibly
lower half
rule
of
of
his mouth.
cool. We're about to see how cool the rule gets.
Yeah, this is a slow motion walk.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, it's
No helmet.
full-
I mean,
Probably no
there was like a
helmets
record
because-
scratch.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
basically everybody turns.
cutscene mode.
It's like full Monsters Inc. walking down the hallway to your scare doors.
Yeah, I'm
kind of
thinking
stuff.
Mean Girls walking
Yes.
in
Stuff,
to
yeah,
Mhm.
Missy
yeah,
Elliott.
that one as
100%.
well.
Yep. All of that. So we've got the Inquisitor striding at the head of his group with a broadsword kind of sheathed at his back, and what is clearly a melter pistol.
It's on his
holstered
back.
at his
What a
hip.
loser.
Behind him
Sorry.
walks Lexel, your resident muscle medic, with his like human length double-handed chain axe casually slung over one shoulder as he strides with his
That's
surgical apron kind of undone on one side to expose a pectoral muscle for
He
all
doesn't
and
need to
sundry.
do all that, but he
It's
does. He does it for the
important.
people.
Norse, Norse.
The exposed
Gallet-
pack is for deflecting bullets.
Yeah, exactly right. Gallet sort of hurries along behind or next to Lexel, his grandmother's ashes in the urn at the top, kind of tapping on the ground as he runs. KLYD6, known to you guys as Kyle, the former criminal
Kyle.
who now only recites passages from Lectitio Divinitatis.
Oh yeah, he was
At the
driving
moment-
last time, wasn't he?
Indeed,
He
at
was-
the
he
moment
was
his
great,
speeches
yeah.
are set to like choral majesty, effectively playing the Inquisitor's theme song on the way in.
This
For
is
want
a
of a better term.
WWE entrance.
Oh yeah.
Rix is there as well, the Inquisitor's interrogator and fixer, the one who sort of handles things.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's done some stuff. I can tell you that right now.
Look, you can get a
Um,
lot with a kind word, but you can get even more with a kind word and an excruciator.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And someone you haven't met yet, a red-headed woman in what, Neve, you would recognize as kind of mid-hive shabby chic. It's kind of, I guess, kind of early aughts grunge is perhaps the best touchstone in terms of fashion. Lots of tears in her outfit. She's got an overcoat over the top, but it is very obviously tattered and patched and has clearly kind of been through some stuff with her. Would be kind of largely unremarkable, and you might think someone similar to Caleb, who, as like a mid-hive informant, were it not for the fact that she also carries a staff topped with a chrome skull, and blue lightning dances behind her eyes as she walks.
A psycho.
And sparks
That
out
seems
of
fun.
what looks like some kind of bionic that's been attached to her temple, but it's not human. Whatever the bionics that have been
Is it-
attached to her are.
Ooh, do I know what it is?
Make a scholar check. Let's see if you recognize it. DN5, let's say. Let's do a roll. I feel like I've talked a lot. Let's roll some dice.
Let's roll some
Yay.
dice. Come on, Apophis, you big dork. You've killed enough aliens.
Well,
4.
would you like to reroll? You've got plenty of glory at the moment.
Ah, why not? Sure.
We'll get
Yeah,
it
what
back.
can happen to
Or
us
not.
tonight?
Yeah, it'll be fine. You're not going anywhere.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Warhammer is fun for seeing the weirdest thing that can happen at any given time.
Exactly. Exactly.
sure. Okay, so with 8 successes,
That's better.
that would give you, I think, a shift somewhere in there as well, potentially. Oh, no, because
No shifts. No shifts, yeah.
With enough successes to pick this out, though, you recognize the kind of sharp, edgeless, smooth, beige, kind of ceramic-y, plasticky material of Tau technology
was gonna
wired
say,
into the side of her head.
That's
Oh.
weeb stuff.
Traitor! She's got Gundam! She's got Gunpla in her head.
Yup, she's got the gunpla. Unfortunately, that shit's terminal.
Better be good Gunpla for that kind of traitor.
Ding.
Chip.
That's heresy.
That's definitely
heresy. Yeah.
Yeah, that right there, that's heresy. With Tom Hardy, that's heresy.
Yeah, and that's who walks in.
Gunpla.
Mm.
This team obviously commands like everybody's. Apophis, you command a lot of like awe for being a space marine. Sister Anthony, you definitely command some respect and like kind of almost
Adoration.
love, adoration from particularly the more pious members of this sort of gaggle of armsmen. This Inquisitor commands fear,
Oh boy.
fully
Hell
and
yeah.
truly.
You do not get to be an Inquisitor without doing some stuff.
The Inquisitor strides to the center of the deck where Admiral, one day maybe, Captain Ducal stands as though she were expecting this and has kind of stepped forwards on behalf of her crew. And the Inquisitor, in a voice that doesn't quite carry to the entire room, but that you do still hear, fronts her and says, Captain Ducal is all in preparation. Of course, Inquisitor. Our teams are ready to deploy at your word. Then let us begin. The Inquisitor's voice is distorted by Vox to the point of anonymity, and they are clearly very, very intent on not being recognized by any kind of giveaways. Or vocal
We can
tips or
actually
anything like
hear
that.
them at this point, though, so that's an
And see
improvement.
them. Yeah.
That is very true. You can definitely... They do register in your mind. They don't slide off at this point.
Yet.
Indeed. The Inquisitor starts pointing, and his group kind of splits. So he, Lexil, Gallitz, and Kyle move towards the shuttle marked for Team Primus. Rix and the Redhead go to the team, the shuttle marked for Team Secundus, along with naval armsmen who are now sort of filtering out as well. You guys are directed by Captain Ducal to shuttle Tertius. And as you kind of move to there, other shuttles get filled up. None of the rest have main characters attached, is kind of the point here.
Yeah.
But it is
I
waves,
see.
Refresh.
waves and waves of naval armsmen sort of pile into these. It looks like we're deploying a decent chunk of the Ducal House Guard on this venture.
How many points are we representing?
Yeah, that's it, right?
Gotta be like 2,000 point army in here.
Yeah, fortunately,
No.
40k rules say I can only have 6 of the same squad at any given time, so it's going to... No.
Mhm.
There are plenty of shuttles full of lads being loaded up and ready to go. As you guys approach, you also have a small team of naval armsmen attached to you.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a
Cool.
nice, scary boat to be in.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
none
indeed.
of these guys have name tags. Oh.
They've already
Oh,
already
no.
kind of moved over, and when they see you approach, the sergeant turns around and goes, "Hey up, lads!"
Hey,
Oh
it's
no,
that guy.
we've got the guy with the accent. Oh, he is
Oh,
so
he's gonna
dead.
die.
He is
Oh,
so
He's-
dead.
He's gonna
Does he
get
have
eaten
a
by a
dog?
space worm.
Does he have a daughter somewhere? Can we see a
He's
photo
got so
before we
many
go?
daughters. He's got
Oh.
Is
10
this his
daughters.
last day
10 beautiful
before
daughters.
retirement? His last job?
It probably is. Hey.
gonna
About
go
to
see the
retire
birth
to
of
a
his-
farm?
His grandchildren are about to be born.
Oh.
Yes, so he stands to, salutes, and says, "Hey up, Sergeant Baines, at your service."
What was his name again?
Baines?
Sergeant Baines.
At least it's
Baines.
B-A-I-N-E-S.
At least it's Baines and not Nihilist. Because,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
A purposeful nod
Yep.
in a
Yup.
space marine fashion.
Not space
I
marine.
believe we're here to protect you while you're up, Hulk.
How kind.
Yep, Gretchen's just gonna salute.
Sister
got
Anthony
Sergeant-
will flash him the Aquila.
He
Good
very
job.
seriously gives you the Aquila back.
That's important.
Neve says,
He clocks you. Oh, go ahead.
"You done any Space Hulks before?"
I haven't done Hulk before, but Jatlov, he's done Hulk. Jatlov, what was it like last time you went to Hulk?
Yeah, love. Oh no.
Stepping forwards out of the pack of kind of 7 armsmen that you've got sort of coming with you is a... What's the best way to describe him? I mean, he's a dude. He's still wearing the same maroon and white of House de Cole's kind of home house guard.
Is he missing half of his body?
He is not, actually. Surprisingly, he seems to have come through reasonably unscathed. Giant kind of moustache that makes you think of like a Cossack woodsman, I guess, is perhaps the best way to think of it. There's this huge waxed moustache that falls off the top of his lip like a waterfall and kind of flows down the sides.
Beautiful.
Above or below a visor bionic that has replaced basically the entire sort of front of his head across kind of from ear to ear, and a metal skull cap that has clearly replaced the top of his head.
Oh.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Something happened. Someone got his head bit off, it sounds like.
Well, it happened
and-
while he was into Hulk.
Dyatlov turns and goes, "Da, Sergeant. I am Dyatlov, formerly Vostroyan Firstborn. Designated marksman for your group.
Ooh, rich boy.
Hulk is terrible. Do not recommend, but we are going anyway."
Neve, he is designated marksman and is checking out his weapon.
Yes, make a...
Checking him out.
Investigation,
Competition.
let's say. DN 3, but there'll be more info with shifts. I mean, it's a fairly stock-issued weapon. It's not like it's anything particularly fancy.
A little bit of background for you, Cartman. The Vostroyan Firstborn are very sort of prestigious guardsmen. Their weapons that they're sent into battle with are like heirlooms that are worth an extreme amount. Like it's taken very seriously where they're from when you go to war.
Which is why I am ever so happy Neve wanted to peep the gun. Designated marksman Dyatlov is carrying probably the nicest firearm you have seen so far in this entire kind of adventure with Trazen. You've got a pair of quite nice pistols at your hip, but this thing is, as Indy has quite rightly pointed out, heirloom. The wood finish of it is immaculately maintained. It is well oiled, but it is also very, very clearly made with love and patience and preparation. There's some really fine detail work being put into the stock of it. It's still in body, ultimately it is still a las gun, more specifically a long las, but it is masterwork. I guess kind of, wow, my really sort of
nice one.
Really kind of getting into my EXP firearms expert reacts kind of hyper focus here, but kind of Mosin Nagant but fancier is kind of the best way to think of it, and shoots lasers. So not really a Mosin Nagant at all, but
No, that's not what Mosin
shape.
Nagants do. But
That kind of shape, though, very
In spirit.
World War One Russian kind of vibe.
So
to
your
it,
bolt
with
action,
extra detail work.
It's how you look cool when you're sniping.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Love that
boy.
for him.
Yep.
And for whoever is standing closest to him in the event of his unfortunate demise.
No, sometimes I might just introduce people and they'll be fine, right?
Yup.
Yes, people
be-
with amazing loot.
So it's a las gun. Would Neve be able to identify manufacturer or what exact pattern it is?
Well, it's very
With-
old.
With two
You gotta
shifts.
ask him.
With two shifts, it definitely backs up what he said. It is from the world of Vostroya, and made by the bespoke manufacturers there.
Okay. Well, Neve is going to basically say something praising the weapon, and making it clear that she immediately knows where it.
The flex.
She is basically trying to make sure that we as a group get taken seriously.
Yeah, that's fair. Dyatlov nods appreciatively and says, "Ah, wonderful. Not complete rookies."
Yes, I want the sniper looking out for us. And Neve says,
"Wonderful.
No, but rookies in terms of Space Hulks. So any advice, any guidance you can give will be greatly appreciated as we proceed."
I've been on many Space Hulks before.
Okay, I'm a rookie in terms of Space Hulks.
Gretchen, we've decided that you're on a Hulk at some point too, right?
Yeah, she has probably. Well, yeah, actually, I took a
Yeah.
something reminds you thing.
Yes.
So yeah, we saw the Hulk and she went.
But Dyatlov
drag of that one.
kind of nods and says, "Advice is difficult. One Hulk is different to another. Sometimes ship is collapsing in on itself and must watch for foreign girders. Sometimes ship is prone to disappear into warp and you must get off before dragged to hell.
Sometimes
Either way, do not stay long. Do what you need to and leave.
And watch those corners.
Yes, watch your corners."
Right?
recommend making friends with Yelena here. To point you at a third character who definitely isn't going to die later.
I Sister Anthony looked to the gun because she has assumed he called his gun Yelena.
No, he sort of nods his chrome-plated head at someone who is wearing something slightly different to everybody else. She's still wearing the Naval Armsman void suit, but over the top is wearing a coat of what from a distance looked a little bit like scale mail in terms of like lots of little plates in a vest over the top. They're all shards of like tempered glass.
Oh, pretty.
So she kind of is quite reflective when she walks through. But the other thing that you notice that marks her out from everyone else is the bandoliers and bandoliers and bandoliers of explosives that she's carrying.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
Cool. Is her name? Oh wait, we already got her name. Her name might be Shrapnel or something.
Shrapnel is very good. I like Shrapnel, but no, Yelena
a good pun,
nods and says,
Yelena Shrapnel.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm here for. Clearing corners, she says with a manic grin.
She says, it looks more like you remove the corners before we need to clear them.
Yeah, can't hide if there's nothing to hide behind.
Gretchen does the nose tap. On that one, she agrees.
Neve says, Gretchen, I've found you a friend here.
Hefts the flamer.
Gretchen, can you make a scholar check for me?
I'll do my best, but I don't think we're going to get... It's like -1. Hang on a
the
sec.
scholar is 3. All right, I'll give you 2 extra bonus dice on this, and it's only DN3.
Okay.
Specifically, you're probably going to know what this is, which is why I'm giving you some bonuses.
DN3. How do I add extra dice? Dice pool 4, so I type a 6 in there. Is that how that goes?
That should let you do that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Come on, Gretchen, you can do it. Yay!
You can. 3 6s. Wow, you really know your kind of somewhat obscure Imperial military history then.
I get.
Which, fair. Gretchen, you may not have served with them before, but you're definitely aware of a regiment of the Imperial Guard who wear glass shards, effectively, as armor. Yelena is a Vitrian Dragoon.
Oh, yeah.
From the world of Vitria, which 40k is My Little Pony rules. Everything is always whatever the name is on the
Listen,
stick.
Ferrus Manus with his iron hands. Of the Iron Hands.
The lead medical officer of the Ultramarines' name is Corpus Helix.
Look, not to mention the ultramarine coloured Ultramarines from Ultramar.
Yeah,
Ultramarine from Ultramar. Yep.
There
were at one point 1,000 sons of Magnus.
This is a serious setting. Everything is
very serious. Yes.
Yes, but you recognize a Vitrian Dragoon when you see one. She is obviously ex-guard as well.
Yep. Gretchen is like actually in a pretty good mood, even though we're going into a space Hulk, because she is surrounded by friends.
And in fact, with 2 shifts, you also notice that Sergeant Baines has a tattoo on his neck that clearly marks him as Cadian.
Yep.
I guess the purple eyes also give him.
Does he have the purple eyes? Yeah.
He does have the purple eyes.
If he has the purple eyes, then we don't see that one coming. Hey.
Apophis will not make eye contact.
Awkward.
That one wasn't me, but
yeah, but just still, yeah, it's probably a little bit sore.
Guilty by association on that one.
So, introductions to definitely not doomed characters complete.
I'm feeling very Dan Abnett about this.
We're all doomed by the narrative, sweetie. May as well have fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Cool. As you kind of load into the shuttle, you see that you are kind of reasonably quick off the mark. So your shuttle is one of the first ones to leave.
Probably the third, right?
Surprisingly, yes. Would you believe? Primus and Secundus have already taken off ahead of you. You are Tertius, so you are out next. Introduction's done. Doesn't leave you a lot of time to strap into restraint harnesses and things like that. But Gretchen in particular, you are a trained hand at this. You can do this.
Gonna say, yeah. Gretchen's well strapped in. Oh, you guys are on your own.
You can maglock yourself to the deck anyway because you're a space marine.
I'm going to stand and maglock.
And then, Neve and Anthony, I'm not going to make you roll for it. You guys have also, traveled before, I think, at some point. I'm sure I put you in something with a restraint harness.
Look, the other guard will probably
Yeah,
take
has
pity
been
if
at least
Neve is
one
looking
thing,
tangled.
yes.
Yeah. So you all strap in and you're all fine. And so as you head off, you notice that, you are off and into the void. You get that slight distortion as you sort of move through the atmospheric field that keeps any kind of atmosphere inside on the Queen of White Lies when her hangar bays are open. And then you're just out in space. All of the turbulence of kind of moving through a ship ceases, and it's just empty, hollow noise, or lack of noise from
Well, then
outside.
nobody can hear you scream. We know this
Mhm.
is how space works.
Yep. You notice some of the guards, or some of actually, I'm going to stop all pretense here. All of them are ex-guardsmen. Some of the guardsmen, just so I can call them guardsmen, are kind of making the sign of the Aquila or praying quietly. Dyatlov is fastidiously tinkering with the sights on his marksman rifle. Yelena is rather concerningly flicking the kind of safety cap on a debt charge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like it's a tube of M&Ms. Just tink,
yeah,
tink,
yeah,
tink,
she's
tink,
fidget.
tink, tink.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Baines is kind of sitting up quite happily and cheerily singing. Oh, through the void and cross the plain, to Armageddon, Baal and Skane. Ducal commands and we obey, through the void and far away.
Oh,
That's
bless.
a lovely
And he
song.
quite cheerily is just singing along to himself and kind of to his crew or his squad.
What are the
to
chances that Neve would know this?
Ooh, make a scholar check. Let's see if you do. It's
A
what
lot
DM am I
of
going to set for this?
a
It's
lot
fairly.
of music like this gets adapted a lot anyway. So even if
Yes.
you don't know this particular one of it, you probably know the tune and one with a similar sentiment.
And she was
so-
basically a low orbit Robin Hood,
Yes.
stealing from Imperial ships before this.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll. Let's just make it DN3 for this one on a scholar check.
Okay. I only have 4 dice, but let's see.
3.
Yes.
You do indeed know it. You know
Hey.
Through the Void and Far Away. It is
Good.
a fairly common kind of soldiering song.
Neve will sing along.
Wonderful. Sergeant Baines is pleased as punch that someone else knows the song, and even where there's kind of some slight divergence where, obviously local dialect or local sort of variance kicks in, and obviously he's changed his to be specifically for Ducal House Guard, but, he loves it, is having a great time with it, is absolutely buoyed by everything that's going on here. One or two of the other guardsmen kind of quietly join in as well to settle nerves and things like that.
I suppose to be a little bit nerdy here, there's a song about droving in Queensland, which initially comes from a song about sailing from Spain.
Fun.
So yeah, the lyrics kind of similar, sentiment very similar kind of thing is yeah, it definitely happens.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right. And it's good. Everybody is very, very happy, and you all almost forget for a moment that you are in a very thin metal box floating through the void of space towards a haunted house that is probably going to try and kill you.
Probably.
Which is great.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah, a bit more than probably, I should think at this point.
I feel like everyone
however,
has accepted that it's a definitely.
Yeah.
It's not a terribly long ride. The Queen is pretty close. Not close enough that, you could just walk from one to the other, obviously, but there is a kind of a bridging amount of time, an awkward BioWare elevator ride.
Yeah, I was going to say
between
an airdrop, but not like
the Queen and the remains of Craftworld Biel-Tan, known as the Hulk, the Wrath of Ruin. And eventually you find one of the access points that Captain Tikal had pointed out. So your pilot has shifted you into there. It's the same one that Shuttle Primus has arrived at. Shuttle Secundus seems to have disappeared for parts unknown. And the other shuttles are also kind of landing at various points. You vaguely remember Captain Tikal talking about the targets being things like center of learning, or like, cultural centers for information and sort of relics and things like that, but also the engines to see what can be done there, and some of those other sections of the Space Hulk to explore kind of what options are available in terms of useful stuff to loot.
And we're
So you
keeping
guys
an
have
eye
arrived.
out for soul stones because Caleb wants some.
Caleb
Oh,
did
that's
indeed
right.
ask for some soul
Yes.
stones.
Shinies.
Indeed, he quite likes them. However, you land, your shuttle drops in directly behind Shuttle Primus, and you and the Inquisitor's team have deployed. There's another shuttle of naval armsmen that arrives with you as well. This is clearly going to be one of the stronger elements that pushes through the Space Hulk. So you've got yourselves, the Inquisitor's team, Team Primus, and probably between Sergeant Baines, the Inquisitor's guard, and this other shuttle full of guys, about 30 odd naval armsmen moving through the corridors with you when you land.
Not bad, not bad.
You guys perhaps were expecting to land somewhere that felt a little bit alien and unfamiliar. You don't, weirdly enough. You seem to have landed in an Imperial hangar. It looks remarkably very, very similar to the one that you would have just landed on, on the Queen of White Lies, except everything is Dutch angled, so the gravity is off, and you are kind of at a weird angle, and everything is filthy, encrusted with, dirt and grime and filth, and clearly the cleaning servitors have not been through here for a while. This place is, to borrow a quote, a tomb. And now here you are on the Wrath of Ruin, not in Eldari sort of space yet, but clearly in one of the Imperial ships that has smashed into it over time and kind of become part of the architecture and is an easy entry point.
Nice. Handy. Not Dead Space at all.
Or
The
the
Inquisitor
start
is...
of Event Horizon.
All that.
The Inquisitor is busy pointing out... Yes. Yes. Make a... Is it a tech check to use the Auspex?
Ooh, I think it's just an action.
Or is it just a... Yeah.
Activated as a combat action to detect energy emissions, motion, and other life signs within 50 meters.
Cool.
With a high degree of accuracy.
So, you activate your Auspex. It is, a reasonably effective model. Caleb has not done you dirty on efficiency with this particular one. The batteries are fully charged. It's not going to die on you anytime soon. The main problem that you encounter at this point is that everything is moving. There is, the motion sensors have gone haywire. There is movement upon movement upon movement. Most of it non-organic. And I guess as you're kind of dialing in for this particular environment, you start to filter out things like the 117 loose chain links that are rattling around somewhere on the ship.
Wet chain links.
And yeah, exactly right. The sort of, vermin that are kind of scurrying around and aren't going to give you any worry, but are there.
Mm-hmm.
All of those sorts of things. And as you kind of dial out some of that sort of stuff, you get a sense that the immediate area is quiet for now. But the Auspex kind of runs out to uselessness after a certain point, just because A, it has a limited range, and B, you are scanning through ship hulls on the way through. So kind of, the usual effective range gets limited a little bit by that, but not by too much. But your immediate surroundings don't seem to be giving you any indication that there's anything that's going to try and jump out of a wall and eat you yet.
Okay. Well, that's good. And Neve will now look around just to see, is anybody else actively scanning, or is the plan for everybody else just gung-ho, go ahead and see what they stumble into?
2 armsmen have also pulled out auspices more or less similar to yours and are kind of scanning for immediate threats. The shuttle that was just full of naval armsmen seems to have deployed with pretty solid efficiency, to be honest. They have set up a cordon quite comfortably. They are setting up defensive positions, doing what they can to make the most of the kind of angled deck you find yourselves on. Sergeant Baines and his team have not quite disappeared, but they're certainly out in front of everybody else and are kind of scouting ahead a little bit. With the confidence of people who know their job and know it well. Rix from the Inquisitor's team also has his Auspex out, which is a much smaller, much more efficient and effective version of what you've got. And checks it briefly. before he looks at the Inquisitor and nods.
The
And then
Auspex
the
S
Inquisitor.
plus.
Yeah, exactly right. Right, he's got the version with the fancy camera on the back. Sorry, I lie. Rix isn't here, is he? Rix is in team 2. Apologies, I forgot who was where. Lexel does that then. Lexel pulls out a nice little handheld scanner from somewhere in his monstrously wide cleavage. Checks,
Where else are you going to
man.
keep that?
nods to the Inquisitor, and the Inquisitor effectively just kind of nods back. And then
You know what's nice about this? We know that Lexel's going to be fine.
Lexel has his own mini. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, but we've seen him in the past, and it was his future.
Yes, it would be quite the time paradox
Yes, thanks to time
if anything
travel,
were to happen to that person.
we know that he and his beautiful, beautiful pecs are going to be fine.
But they've also all seen us in their future.
Yeah.
It's true, but interesting. So off we go. The Inquisitor effectively sort of opens a wide range Vox link to everyone and simply says advance.
Yeah, right.
And the front 20 naval armsmen move on. 10 of them stay behind to guard the ships. But then the team moves out. You guys are welcome to hang around and sort of wait for the echoing silence of the Space Hulk to close in around you as they move away if you'd like, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yep.
Does it look like the Inquisitor's party is expecting us to attend them, or are we free to just go and do whatever we want?
They don't seem to be factoring you into their plans all that much. You are just kind of... Actually, what's the insight check for Wrath and Glory? Is it
I think it's
insight?
awareness.
That's exactly the one I want.
It is actually insight.
If you'd like to know how the Inquisitor
there
thinks
is
of you,
insight.
roll insight.
Yeah.
It's going to be DN7 because they played their cards pretty close to the
Okay,
chest.
well, that is my dice pool, so it's possible.
Mine's 3.
Ooh, I'm going to re-roll. I'm only 2 down, so...
Go for it.
There it is.
8
successes.
Nice.
Wonderful. So, that being the case, you study the Inquisitor as they sort of move past you and cast a glance at the team. The Inquisitor is treating you effectively as additional naval armsmen at this point.
About what I expected.
Yeah.
Is kind of expecting you to follow orders, but also is not going to be overly upset if you disappear.
Yeah.
To pursue your own agenda.
All right.
We just are.
So, all right. Neve has Auspex on the left arm and Scarab Snake on the right arm, and is going to speak into the Scarab Snake and say, "Com check. Can the 3 of you hear me?"
Only 2 of us can, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have a box. If you speak over the box, I can hear you.
Have we dismounted? Like, are we? Yeah. Sister Anthony's gonna look down and just be like, "Yes."
Neve, trying to make sure this works in here, so we've got private communications, so we don't need to tell everybody what we're doing.
I honestly don't know why you're being so secretive about it. We are quite literally here to fetch a piece of fabric.
Neve. Fine.
Is she literally doing that?
She is. Yeah, those are Neve's actions.
Whatever the Inquisitor is here for is, quite frankly, none of my business.
A voice drops in over the Vox. Just so. I am here pursuing my own agenda. You are free to pursue yours. So long as our actions align, we may travel together.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
That checks out.
Have I gotten a sense of what order he is? I can't remember if I know or not.
Wasn't it Xeno?
Neve
I thought it
definitely
was Xeno.
knows.
I know it's Xeno, but I don't know if Apophis knows yet. I assume he knows.
I'm not going to make you roll a scholar check. His giant inquisitorial capital I that hangs out the back of his armor, that very clearly marks him as someone that you should definitely shoot if you're a sniper, is fashioned in the style of a inquisitorial rosette of the Ordo Xenos.
That's the Orzinos. Okay, I figured.
Yep.
Kill.
So the alien hunting arm of the Inquisition.
Right. So
So-
that doesn't mean he is a Xenos.
No,
Okay.
he
No.
hunts Xenos.
I was like,
His
I
job is to hunt
want.
them.
They're the ones
Yeah.
who deal with alien technology and aliens shit.
Right.
Out of character.
They're who you're gonna call.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character. Do we want to take along with them, or do we want to go off on our own?
Well, I mean,
That's
if
a
they're gonna
great
clear
question.
a path, we're just looking for drapery.
I
Yeah.
would highly, highly, highly encourage us to stay with the Inquisitor and his retinue for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
I don't
just
know,
keep
what's
our
on this
ears
ship?
peeled for shiny stones and some sort of tapestry.
There could be
Have
demons
you-
on this ship. Who knows?
Have you
Little
played
threads
Dead
of a
Space,
tapestry.
David?
No.
I'm aware
David,
of it.
Dead Space? Yes, no. Because I was gonna say we Dead Space at the moment.
It's
Okay.
very Dead Space, right? It's very Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but a child is singing it in a creepy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's 4 of
Oh,
us.
so we should
Yeah.
we
Okay.
should
Okay.
follow the
Out of
red
who would
shirts
get-
until
out
there are
of who
no
would
more
survive-
red shirts.
Being hit by a giant space monster out of surprise, out of a wall, it's going to be me and Sister Anthony. You guys get one shot and you'll be eaten.
Okay.
I'm a guardswoman. I am so fucking disposable.
You will explode in a monster's belly in a ball of fire, Gretchen. I know you would.
It's true. It's true.
Mhm.
But
And set off the tank.
Beautiful.
yeah,
So Neve
guardswoman-
is aware that this is a very dangerous place and will therefore follow the power armor. The power armored 2.
Yes, I guess the power armor 2 will follow the
Not power
other
armor 2.
armored.
We will be at
Powered
the back
40.
door. Yeah.
Wonderful. So yes, in terms of marching order, the Inquisitor is obviously not out the front particularly.
No.
There are
off.
armsmen for that. There are
Mhm.
squads of 4 or 5 naval armsmen out the front. The Inquisitor's kind of in the middle, well defended by those armsmen, the armsmen behind Lexil, Gallitz, and Rix. Apophis,
Not
your
Rix.
brain... Sorry, not Rix. Lexil and Gallitz, and Kyle, who is coming
Kyle.
along.
Yay!
Um,
Right, my
Kyle
brain.
is currently silent and not spouting scripture because
Good
the
boy, Kyle.
Inquisitor has effectively ordered silence.
Yeah, he's in do not disturb mode.
Running out ahead of the Inquisitor, though, he kind of raises a hand and points forwards. And running out in front of him, 2 servo skulls fly off into the outer darkness.
Ah, my babies.
I can't remember. Have we encountered servo skulls yet?
I
No.
don't think so.
I mean, Gretchen
Oh,
knows.
Servo
yeah.
skulls are
Kind when you
of
love
as-
it.
Kind of as the name implies, they are skulls with servos attached. So basically, they've got little anti-grav plates built into the base of the skull,
Uh-huh.
and little sensor pods built into effectively like a bionic replacement for one of the eye sockets. Normally they have like little manipulator things attached, or maybe a little las gun for self-defense.
I
And
like
they
to
are
beauty in.
They're just little
effectively
guys.
loaded with like simple instructions and sent out to do a thing.
It's basically a spy drone, but there's a human brain at the center of it.
Yeah, there was a dude in there.
Oh, they're
Well,
still in there. Of course,
reportedly.
Of course.
Yep.
It doesn't have
because-
like consciousness of a human. It's
That's
it's
right.
been
It's like those,
heavily
um,
bottomized.
Glowing skulls in the forest temple in Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Except on our side.
They're often sent to like deliver messages, so they're often like literal postmen, effectively.
They can talk, sort
Um,
of. They're very cute.
With a little
Oh, do their
scroll.
jaws move at the same time?
Probably.
No, most
if,
of them
if
don't
they've
have
got a
lower
jaw,
jaws.
yes, but a lot of them don't have the lower jaw still attached. It's just
Oh.
it's disappeared over time.
They're a minimalist skeleton.
I
They
put lots
are.
of pictures in the chat for you, kind one.
They're just a
Sorry,
little
I didn't see
guy.
it pinging.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
So yes, 2 of those fly off into the darkness out of Shuttle Primus and start scanning for,
Question mark.
pathways and things like that.
Man. God.
I guess in that kind of gaggle, I guess the other thing to say here is, Apophis, your brain is quite itchy.
Great.
There is a lot of magic being used in your vicinity, and most of it is centered on Gallitz, who is obviously consulting his grandmother about every decision, and the Inquisitor themselves, who is radiating psychic power at quite a significant level.
Jesus Christ. We're like a big come eat us beacon to fucking Cronus Tyranids.
It's okay, we
as
left them back
you-
in 1952.
Yeah, exactly
That's
right,
more
fine.
than one fleet.
In terms of that, then, so that's kind of the general marching order that the Inquisitor has set up. Where are you guys in that kind of mix?
Look, I feel like we'd be sort of mid to back because like they've got their advancing going and we're happy to let them advance. But we're
We also don't want to
not...
be too far apart in case
Yeah.
a ceiling or wall funnily collapses and we are separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So I
I
reckon,
would like-
I reckon mid toward back is probably where we'd situate ourselves.
Yeah, Neve wants
I
to
would
be.
like
Neve would like to be at the back, but she also wants someone in big armor to be
power armor behind her,
either
yes.
with her or just behind her. But
I will be at the very, very, very back.
Neve's priority is not to look at not to worry about what's ahead. They've got plenty of eyes that way. Neve is looking up and down and left and right and checking regularly checking the aspects and using her thermal vision to look for.
Looking up, good
yeah.
valve training.
Yeah, she's doing everything that everybody else isn't.
Yes. Yep. Cool.
You can roll
That
at
makes
least a little bit genre savvy. Come on.
a lot of sense. Yeah, exactly right. There are definitely, I mean, Jatlov has clearly been in a space hulk before, and there will be other naval armsmen with that experience, so they are
Yep.
also checking their ceilings and corners and vents and stuff, but an extra pair of eyes in all of that is no bad thing. Cool. Off you go. As you start moving into the space hulk, though, and as you step out of this kind of sloping hangar bay and into the hulk proper, I'm going to need everyone to make a corruption check. As the pervasive element of the warp seeps
You all
into
have to do
everything.
extra bad corruption checks because my soul is partly in the warp.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
Unless
so
you want
what's
to
the-
split up. If you want to be very far away from Apophis during
What's
the
the
Space Hulk
range?
adventure.
What's the minimum range for that? I will consider it. I only just got below corruption 5 again. A single point and I might get a mutation.
Yeah, well, I mean, whose fault is that?
10 meters.
10 meters. That's not that far.
You can just ask him to step back. You probably will. He's not
It's
disagreeable.
not very
No.
in character to
No,
know that we're
Neve-
taking.
I was gonna say,
Neve doesn't
having said
know
that-
that this is
How
happening.
do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you even know that he is a
good news
extra
is-
corrupty effect.
I mean,
only-
he is a Zinch space marine.
Yeah.
This particular one is right at the outer edges of the ruined remnants of Craftworld Biel-Tan, and so it's not a particularly difficult corruption check at this point. The warp-saturated energies inside the Wraithbone is not super dense at this point, so it's only difficulty 1. So you only need 1 success. Well, sorry, 2
Yay!
successes to pass.
So we're setting the DN to 1.
Yeah, although
But
I
it'll
think
adjust
Apophis'
to
thing will
2, right?
adjust
Yeah,
to 2
so-
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got gain 1 corruption and 1 glory added.
added,
What is
yep.
that?
That sounds about
Ruin.
right.
So I get a
I
ruin.
got
1 ruin. Yeah.
Did that actually
Success
roll? Everybody's
or-
dice are on top of mine.
You did not
No,
roll.
I didn't see
I
yours
can't
come
see
No,
a
you
result
didn't.
for you,
Didn't
no.
come through? Okay, I'm gonna try again.
I forget 2
so
rolls. Whatever.
Press the corruption button, DN goes down to 1,
Yep, and it should auto adjust.
and then it auto adjusted to 2. It did! Alright, let's try.
I got a
Let's
shift. Do
try
I
and
just
put
start
dice
beaming
on
with
there.
like pristine and pure light?
Oh wow, I did not like that.
Oh no.
Come on.
Can I glory that shit?
Yeah, there's no reason
That's
for
allowed.
that.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do that, and do the roll again because I failed all of them.
Yeah, you just right click and re-roll, and it should. So if you right click on it, that'll
click.
also delete the corruption that you picked up.
Oh, sick. Reroll failed.
After this corruption checky,
That's better.
can we take a bathroom break?
We absolutely can. So,
Cool.
all of you feel the cold hand of the warp pass over you. Neve, you feel long stiletto claws scrape across the back of your neck.
Oh fuck! I hear that chanting again, don't I?
Anthony, you hear somewhere in the distance the barking of a lizard dog.
Hey, yeah, boy.
And Gretchen, you do indeed hear some odd chanting. Apophis,
Yeah.
in your mind, you don't actually hear anything. You get a slight tingle in your slightly warp-infused soul that alerts you to the fact that you have, in fact, entered a warp-dense place. And as you all... Exactly, you get the... and as you begin to step into the dark corridors of the Wrath of Ruin, that is where we'll stop for a break.
Hey.
Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. And we are back. Our adventurers have begun their incursion into the Wrath of Ruin. They've done their last meal with their naval armsman buddies. They have boarded the shuttle and they have made it to the Wrath of Ruin. They've all passed their first corruption check as they begin to enter the Space Hulk. And now it is time to get a little deeper. So, you start moving. The outer hull is very, very empty. You're all very, very happy that you brought void suits because there's no atmosphere out here. Everything is kind of dull, and really the only sounds you get are whatever sounds are inside your suit. Nothing is carrying. There's various bits of detritus floating around. Again, very Event Horizon style in terms
Very
of like
start of Event Horizon.
kind of rotating slowly in space in the low atmosphere.
So there's no gravity.
Yeah. Yes, but warp magic. Whenever you notice something like that, a wizard did it. So a warp, like, you know,
Aesthetically, we Event Horizon.
Yeah, indeed. Very
Practically, we walking around.
Places a tomb. But having said that, you are kind of beginning to make your push, and that's when the first few like sizable blips on your Auspex Neve start showing up.
I got signals. I got readings.
At basically exactly the same time, the naval armsmen out the front, who also have their auspices out, are reporting the same. And they're reporting, and indeed, Neve, you start to see, starts off being, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15.
Yep.
The corridor in front of you is suddenly flooded with movement signals. And as your eyes doubtlessly kind of move up to see what exactly is going on, the floor is moving. The floor is moving with countless, I say countless, probably not quite countless yet, but an ever-increasing number of pale, thin, ragged-looking grots. Grots are goblins, effectively. Kind of Gretchen is another name for them.
They're Gretchens, yeah.
Basically the kind of
Very small
lowest
orcs.
rung on orc society. Yeah. Kind of goblin is probably about
Just
the
above
best
squig.
equivalent. Yeah, exactly right. And not always.
Yeah. If it's a
but
particularly
these ones
clever
have clearly
squig.
been on this Hulk for a while. They are emaciated. They are functionally feral. They are kind of running at you with reckless abandon. And as the first ones kind of begin to enter visual range, the Inquisitor simply jumps on the Vox and says, "Fire!" And shotgun blasts start ringing out down the hallway.
Man, they don't even got flamers up the front.
They don't. No special weapons.
Amateurs.
Alas, they're often equipped for ship boarding actions where the goal is not to blow a hole in the side of the ship.
Yeah.
So heavy weapons are absent. And a lot of naval troopers in particular don't love fire in a space with high oxygen content.
I was going to say pressurized gases, maybe, and fire, not good.
Yeah, I
Just
did
as once.
I did think to myself that I probably need to remember to use the hot shot more than the flamer, but this is Gretchen we're talking about. She specialized for that shit. What you gonna do?
So I'm not necessarily going to make this a combat encounter necessarily, but there is now this kind of pressure wave of Gretchen running at you, and it seems to be largely endless. There is just wave after wave of them running at you. The hunger in their eyes is undeniable. These are creatures that have been denied a meal for a very long time and are looking to collect. The shotguns are clearly slowing the advance, but are not stopping it. So you guys will have to do something.
Sister Anthony will shift her hammer from back to active stance.
Yep.
A little bit casual croquet.
Oh, you can this. We're well into the cane toads across the border kind of.
If one comes near me, I'm gonna stand on it.
Glorious.
Ne-
So
Not
basically,
wasting ammo.
Neve's all about sort of doing lots of damage to single targets. So
Yeah, you're not.
she's
not gonna
going
have such a
to.
good time here.
She's basically going to watch every other angle. But if it looks like the Gretchen is starting to overwhelm our allies, then she will just start plinking away as best she can. But she thinks
Probably
she's
have a
more
better
useful
time with
otherwise.
pistols.
Mhm.
yeah, yep, cool. That being the case, then, Sister Anthony, can you make a swing at? Let me see if I've got the grots sitting here. I do. They're directly underneath Gretchen, our character.
Yup.
Can you please make a melee attack with your hammer? The DN is 3. Similarly, Gretchen, whichever weapon you're using, the DN to beat is 3 in terms of.
I'm sort of
My
in the middle of the
DM
stack, so it's probably not a good idea for me to open the flamer. So
What's a
My
foot
DN
attack?
keeps adjusting to 4. Is that okay? Because it's unwieldy. What does that mean?
Oh yes, because it's a big swing and hammer now with the big. You have a
Has that
certain
taped
strength
shit to
requirement
it.
on it. Yeah, basically.
That's
love
fine.
you,
So it makes it
big
My
swinging
dice
slightly
pool is
harder, but it
13.
will hit much harder.
Jesus.
So
Whee!
yes, you on 8 successes, you
Ooh,
absolutely
rack amplification.
hammer a bunch of grots into the deck. Big
Splut.
swinging, kind of like. Have you ever caught the small niche film The Lord of the Rings? Sauron
yes,
at the
the
very
I
beginning
heard
of
of that.
Jackson
Fellowship.
or
I heard of
Bakshi.
that shit.
Yeah. So like Sauron at the start of Fellowship, just
Oh, just like-
swinging at elves and they disappear over the horizon. You do this with Gretchen. You swing and they
No.
disappear
The
back
Gretchens.
Yes, sorry, the
Right.
grots. Yeah.
The grot. Yeah, I think you
Say
better call
grot.
them
Say
grots.
grot. Yeah.
I
You gotta call them
really
grots.
don't want to wipe out Gretchen.
No.
No, we love Gretchen.
Apophis,
She
can
has
you make
not
just a combat
messed
knife
with
attack
me.
for me as well?
Oh, something unexpected happened though. Do we want to do
Yes,
that 1st
we'll
Yeah.
resolve that in a moment. I want to see what everybody
Okay.
else is doing at this point. So, Gretchen,
come
what are you
back to
doing? Are
it.
you loosing with the hot shot?
We'll start with the hot shot because she's trying to respect people and not unload with the flamer because she knows that that'll make them uncomfortable.
Yep.
I think I did a knife good.
So
You did with a 6. You are also just kind of Bart Simpson, knife goes in, guts come outing with
Yeah.
Gretchen.
Yeah. I do just have a. I
Sorry,
do
this has
just
been a
With
real
Gretchen-
pop culture fight. I
Sorry.
apologize.
Am I
Yeah.
doing it with Gretchen or to the grots?
The
To the
joke.
grots. To the grots.
The
Okay.
joke is actually intended because she does hang out with orcs for a while in her lore.
She does indeed.
Not that she was named that before she met the orcs, but it's hilarious because she met the orcs. Anyway, hotshot volley gun.
I can see that being why they instantly take a shine.
Yeah. 'Cause, what are you called, Gretchen? No, it's a Gretchen.
Use a grot.
Yeah,
Use a Gretchen.
It's a grot. Alrighty, fire both combi weapons. Not now. What DN are we hitting?
DN 3.
Yeah,
Is the number
that's
to
what I
beat.
already got. Cool. I'm just gonna press the roll button. There's a lot
Oh yeah,
of.
with 6 successes once again.
Yeah.
You rake
One shift. I
the-
wish to be shootier.
Yeah, exactly right. You rake the area in front. So I guess between Anthony and Apophis kind of out the front with fists, blades, and hammers, you kind of find a spot in between where you can almost like pivot in between the two of them and just rake heavy weapons fire out the
Duck
front.
shooting gallery.
Exactly right. While all this is going on, Neve, you who have been hanging back notice a slightly larger Gretchen at the back who seems to be directing things.
Oh, that's important. That's a load-bearing grot.
So if you would like to take a shot, please feel free.
Yes, I will. With the needler rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Needle rifle is what it's called. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a grot with a pickle helm.
No, doesn't matter. Cool. 12 successes.
Cool. Well, you've rolled a critical hit, so let's see what that does to that poor grot.
Grisly amputation.
Glorious.
Of the head?
Yeah, that grot explodes. Slightly bigger, musclier grot who seems to have been leading this kind of group of, emaciated goblins running down the corridor at you. You strike them, and they absolutely, I guess, strike them in the shoulder, more or less, and the arm disappears in a red arc off the side of this goblin. And they
It slaps one of the other ones.
between that and the damage your gun will do when you hit, pitches over backwards, well and truly cooked. And they start to recede with the morale kind of broken. The rest of the goblins are breaking and running and disappearing back into the shadows. We do, however, have a wrath complication to resolve as well. So, Sister
We
Anthony,
sure
what
do.
happens?
Yay!
Wait, let's
With all
scroll
your
I
back.
love it when
complications.
wrath and glories.
Yeah,
Wait,
both
what's
wrath
the
and glory, in fact.
complication?
Yeah.
Weapon malfunction.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I'm a malfunction.
Boss, me chopper's jammed. What you mean your chopper's jammed? It ain't got no gubbins. Oh, it's got it stuck in a grot.
Yes. So, your hammer has been non-standard modified by Gretchen at this point to incorporate elements of Surly Joe's big power sledge. Unfortunately, the duct tape on one of those wires has sparked and fizzled and malfunctioned ever so slightly. So you are going to have to fix your hammer to use it again.
Oh, cool.
But the good news is that basically between this, you guys have been able to put on enough pressure that the naval armsmen are able to move up, establish a cordon, fire, and then between overlapping fields of fire, they are pushing the Gretchen back again.
Yeah, that's what we want.
And you are making your way deeper into the Hulk. As you're walking through, it becomes again just apparent how empty this place is when it's not empty, when it's empty, and how not empty it is when it's full. The grots come back a couple of times, by which I mean it is like echoingly, like almost maddeningly empty when there's nothing around, and then just waves of grots will come out of the walls and vents and try and get you.
It
you're
is
beaten
Moria.
back. Yeah, it is very sort of Casa de Moria-y in that sense, in that they sort of appear out of nowhere, try and grab you. With those sorts of combat roles, you guys aren't particularly concerned with the Gretchen problem. But you do kind of keep rolling forwards and into things. It does mean that there's not a ton of...
Anthony. Sorry, yeah. As we walk, Anthony does just ask to borrow some more tape.
Yeah.
Yes,
We retrieve
so-
the WD-40 and duct tape combo.
Either Gretchen or Anthony make a difficulty 4 tech test to fix your hammer.
Let me see.
Which one of us has least bad tech?
I have only 3 tech.
I also have only 3 tech.
Yo, we orky
Between
as
you?
fuck.
Nah, you girls got this.
I mean, there is no question that what Gretchen does is a bit orky. So,
All right, Sister Anthony, make your tech check.
Yep.
See if you can fix it.
All powers of state
Can
of
we
mind.
fix it? Yes, we
Ah.
can.
We
No, not quite.
can.
No,
No, we
not
can't.
Can I like roll to assist, or do we want a glory? What do we want?
Can I magic it back together? That'll be
I'm gonna
great.
say, I don't think I
Terrible
can glory
idea.
if I literally can't pass the DN.
It's
So
Uh-huh.
I will let Gretchen, in the first instance, make a tech check.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
If you succeed on a DN4, sorry, tech check,
4.
you can add 1 to Anthony's roll. If you get a shift, you can add
I'm not
another
going to
one.
succeed because I too only have
No.
3 dice.
You are both staring at it, being like, "Huh."
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
What
it's a
if-
hammer. I don't get why it's broken, but it is broken.
Let me magic it back together. Let me do it. Come on.
Also, Neve is Tech 6. Just saying.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
So
Well,
much
but-
funnier.
but-
if we
Is
fuck
she
it up even
offering?
more.
Neve is not aware of your problem.
cool.
She's busy
Apophis,
watching
if
for
you wanna try
monsters.
and
I'm gonna try and magic this shit back together. I watched it always happen.
You watched
it's
the
going to be
YouTube video once. It's
DN
fine.
6, but you can use Psychic Mastery for it.
Can I maybe call an assist from my little blue buddy?
Oh god, what's his tech?
Tech on a blue horror. I see you've hit problems already.
Jig, do you know how to fix a hammer?
It's a hammer. How broken could it be?
I don't know. Look at it.
A bit's fallen off. Not
Oh,
the
the front-
hitting bit.
The
just
front
a
fell
bit.
off?
The front
That's
fell
not
off.
supposed to happen.
Well, that's not supposed to happen.
No. Doesn't normally happen.
It's dumping energy into
Yeah.
the environment. So we've removed it from the environment and towed it out.
Yeah.
Apologies. That is a very niche Australian reference.
Yeah, I was
Enjoy
gonna
the
say,
two
Those
people who get that
Australian
one.
jokes.
Well, the
Jig
front fell
kinda-
off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jig looks at it and goes, looks like this cable here has come loose. I will. So,
What am I rolling?
how do I give you corruption for fixing a hammer?
Yeah.
I
roll
love that
your-
Neve is like doing her job and 3 idiots are just trying to tape a hammer.
I had to consult the warp.
Yeah.
So, you've now been. So take like a corruption point, let's say.
It's fine.
I'm not going to make it a high roll.
It's all right,
You
I
now
don't
know
care.
what the problem is. So it's a DN6 tech check to like magically fuse this wire back into place.
A DN6?
DN6 psychic mastery.
Oh,
know
Psychic
what?
Mastery, that's it.
So yeah,
I-
harder
I
than
wasn't-
tech because it's not actually a tech solution. You are just trying to wizard your way into a tech fix.
I got it, don't worry.
You did it.
It's fine.
I was so hoping for that one on
Let's-
the rough die.
Let's go, girls. Yeah, pass it here. Let me fix it.
You absolutely do it. You are still a space marine. You know how to fix a weapon.
I
You
feel like
strip-
he's fixed it in the way that he would fix his stuff.
Yes, correct.
What weird
that-
new thing have I gained? Describe it.
Corruption.
It's sticky.
There's
Just
three
a permanently
nostrils.
sticky patch.
There's
just
three
always
nostrils
sticky.
on the pig now.
Yeah. The pig has a beak and wings.
Oh, the pig's flying.
Yeah, hey, you beat me when pigs fly. You know,
Yeah.
you could say something fun
Love
like
that.
that.
Mhm.
Full
Flying
opposite.
pig hammer.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
was
and
the
that's
pig
actually-
has
that's
grown
pretty
wings.
good.
So while you guys have been doing that, there have been a couple of other sort of things going on. Neve, you have been keeping a steady eye out for ambushes, which means that you have been quite prepared when the next sort of wave of Gretchen has come and you've been able to direct troops to sort of prepare for it. What happens intermittently, though, is those 2 servo skulls that the Inquisitor sent out return. So every once in a while, they'll sort of fly, sometimes just over the head of a bunch of retreating Gretchen. The Gretchen don't care about them because there's no meat on them, and they don't care about the Gretchen because that's not actually the task that they've been cyber-slaved to do. So they float back to the Inquisitor, download a bunch of information, almost seems like directly to the Inquisitor's kind of armor. The Inquisitor will consider, and then issue some instructions, and they will take off again. What that has meant in sort of, exploration terms is that you guys have been able to avoid a number of dead ends so far. So you've had the servo skulls effectively ranging out in front, finding collapsed passageways, and then doubling back and letting the Inquisitor know that that passageway is not particularly effective in terms of, places to go. At some point, though, those servo skulls stop returning.
Oh,
My babies.
And so you hit your next fork in the road and you don't know which way to go. Effectively, or more accurately, there's no clear sense of which one is clear and which one might not be.
no, yeah.
they might both be clear.
The tunnel less
Yeah,
travel.
exactly right. And so now you're sitting there looking at a fork in the road, and the Inquisitor effectively kind of walks over to you guys and says, "An opportunity presents itself. We can
Okay,
split
so-
and explore separately or travel together."
So like
some red
you
shit?
know how in Beauty and the Beast there's like the road that looks kind of alright and the road that looks really fucking ominous.
Yes.
And he's like, that one. I
is
want
that-
the
is-
real fucked up one.
What do we got going on here?
Yes. Okay. So, as you're kind of looking down, can I get everyone who wants to kind of examine and see what's sort of further down
Vibe
the road?
check.
Can you roll? Yeah. Let's make it either investigation or awareness. I'll let you roll either for your vibe check. DN 5, let's say,
Awareness?
because everything is spooky in a
Awareness.
space Hulk.
Yeah.
Did you say
So it's
5?
more like yes.
DN
So it's more
5?
degree of spook. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dice.
Oh, I got a wrath complication.
I don't got many dice, so I'm not gonna win this. Whoa! Whoa, alright.
That's critical.
I did win it.
Gretchen wins
Woohoo!
big time. Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'm real fucking genre savvy about these.
get
Hey,
a
you've been in
real-
a space Hulk before, girl. You know
It's
what's
true.
like.
Yeah.
It's true.
Which
Sister
has the
Anthony.
Like,
dankest
alright, can
vibe.
you see how the poly count is higher on that one?
Sister Anthony, you look down both and like they both seem equally bad. Standard
see two
Imperial
sad
Two
faces.
roads diverge.
damp chains, like, hang from both. There's clearly some kind of thing that has moved through both of those tunnels, and away you go. Gretchen, with your critical, you definitely get the sense that one of them feels more traveled, I guess is perhaps the best way to put it. It's mostly because it's littered with more bones and bits of other adventurers who have tried to enter the Space Hulk. The other one still has a fairly thick layer of grime that seems to have been largely undisturbed,
No,
is I guess kind of
she's,
what you get with that.
She's gonna examine them. She's gonna change her low stick, jam another one into the grate. And then she's gonna say, well, there's nasty shit that way, for sure.
Apophis, you got a shift as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Cool. Would you like to push for faster, better, or more information?
More information, please. If the thing that's making people's into bones is down the other one, I don't want to go down that one right now.
Yes, that is entirely fair. These bones have definitely been gnawed on, is I guess what you get out of that. It's not like they're adventurers who have become lost in the Hulk and have been, have died of starvation or exposure or whatever. These have been captured and eaten. Not every tooth mark on there is a Gretchen one.
Interesting. And
Now roll
that's
your
the-
wrath complication.
Yay!
Yay! It's the best part of the game.
I
Oh, I
mean,
got
yeah.
5. Let's see. Environment changes.
Oh, that's easy.
This is not a good place for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
This place
As
is
you are
procedurally
looking-
generated. Are you?
Now it's raining.
Oh, I could. It might rain in the space Hulk. It won't
You
be
don't
water.
want to know. Yeah, I was going to say you don't want to know what it's raining, but it might.
Apophis, as you are looking, kind of examining the bones down one alley, and then you sort of turn your attention to the second one to investigate it, it does look fairly abandoned and empty
Mm-hmm.
until your vision
Mhm.
kind of blurs and shifts and goes kind of mauve, potentially, is the
fuck?
best way to think about it.
Okay.
And then it's no longer an abandoned Imperial corridor. It is
Ah.
smooth Eldar Wraithbone.
You know that scene in like Smash
We
Brothers
got-
where the field
we got
suddenly
warped.
changes and becomes a different field?
Yeah.
Yep.
So is
There's
it just
no-
Apophis sees this, or we all see it?
You all see it because the environment has changed.
Yeah.
So, Apophis, you definitely see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And can you make a DN1 corruption check for me as you watch a bunch of warp energy kind of kick in?
All of us?
Oh.
No, just Apophis for
yeah.
for sort of experiencing the warp energy.
DN1?
DN1, which should autocorrect up to 2.
Hmm?
Perfect.
I'm fine.
Cool.
Corruption points!
No, you don't get double. You passed, but you don't get
Aw.
double corruption points.
Fine.
So you close your mind to the kind of psychic backlash of it as it occurs, But there is now, with no clear, like, it's really hard to determine where Imperial ship ends and Wraithbone begins, which sounds impossible because it is, because the warp. But we go from like grim-industrial kind of very human-looking ship parts into very smooth space elf kind of curved
Warframe
Wraithbone.
fucking Orokin, look at all this gold.
Yeah, with like no clear distinction between them, but there is now a pathway that looks like it's much more Eldari than human. That is now opened tantalizingly before you.
Well, that's not concerning, but we are looking for an Eldari relic, so this is not so bad, perhaps.
It is nicer.
I
For
don't
value
think
of
it-
nice on a space Hulk. Yeah.
don't think it will be. I don't think it will be, Anthony.
I mean, I just mean it's more pleasant to look at.
How interesting. You don't like Imperial architecture?
I mean, this is very nice. It's sort of pinkish. It's I like it.
Ah, I see. Never mind.
She's not
Wonderful. Well,
terribly into skulls, I guess.
Yeah, I like
No.
the skulls when they are pink.
you now have almost perfectly that Which Way Western Man meme, where there is the very clear, clean, crisp castle on one side and the
Yep.
haunted house on the other.
Yep. Cool. Well, let's go the Eldar side. Let's go.
Fortune favors the bold. Let's go.
Pennsylvania.
Which way's
Perfect.
our Inquisitor going?
The Inquisitor has also noticed the shift, and I think has also now has a vested interest in going the Eldar Wraithbone
Ah.
way.
Good eye.
Let's do it. Let's all hang out.
This seems useful.
I do enjoy his voice with the interjections. It's good just like in the background.
You're welcome, Inquisitor.
Oh yes.
I like that he's always listening.
I'm inquisiting.
This
Yes.
is a public voice.
Which means he heard the whole tape conversation.
Again,
Yeah,
we're on a public
sure.
vox channel. He heard the whole thing. He probably heard me talking to a demon.
But did he hear the demon part or just the half conversation thing? Because that's
Probably just
like
a half conversation, and the purpose
which was-
just sounds
yeah.
crazy, which tracks
Like,
for a space.
I was gonna say Space Marine. He's probably just talking to the
Mhm.
gene seed
Or
or
whatever.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. As you start moving in, just before you cross over into Wraithbone territory, the Inquisitor pauses and sort of holds a hand up to the side of their head and says, "Vox check all teams," and gets a report back from most teams.
Yeah, copy.
Team
copy,
Secundus acknowledges they are making their. They say all clear, Inquisitor. Proceeding on pre-approved circuit or agreed circuit. All the other teams report in without too much trouble. Team Quartus does report in, but it is very static laced, so you get snippets of what they're doing.
Oh boy.
Most of the teams are reporting some kind of resistance as they go. Team Quartus. Yep.
Is it the mayor? What is it? Save me.
Oh,
Save yourself.
Liberate Tute Me Ex Infernis.
Yeah.
From
Do we
Event Horizon.
do we hear that incorrectly?
You don't actually hear Latin, which is surprising because it's the Imperium.
Because it's
they love
40k. Like, where's the Latin?
So
But,
that's weird.
Team Quartus is reporting 0 contact.
Mm,
They have moved about as far into the Space Hulk as you have with no encounters.
Well, that sounds like there's maybe a very large predator in that area, and I'll miss them all deeply when they're gone.
Neve says they might already be gone. That might be a bait.
Who turned out the lights?
Hmm.
Well,
much so.
unfortunately,
Christ,
if
that
it
one
is bait,
haunts the shit out of me, David.
if it
Mhm.
is bait, then I think they misunderstand the Imperium of mankind.
Anyway.
Cool. As you step over into the Wraithbone architecture, you see Sergeant Baines makes a sign of the Aquila to protect himself from this alien architecture that he has found himself in.
Yep.
Elena, you see, very, very interested in the Wraithbone surface. She actually almost stops in the march to examine it.
Oh, she
Um,
is. She is with us.
Yes. Yeah, your team is
Yeah,
with
we
you.
get all
You're-
3 of them.
Yeah. Purvis is gonna speak to her. I want to talk to her.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I misunderstood. Sorry, I was thinking the
Alina's
psychic
a-
lady with
no,
with the
Alina's a
towel.
Like lady with
dragoon.
the tau bits. Yeah.
Yes,
No.
she's the dragoon. Yes, my bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
She's the Scottish Cyclops.
Is she reflective? Hey, be
Yes,
nice.
she is. She's
She
sparkly.
is. Her armor is quite reflective, and now that you're in a space that has some more light, she is very reflective, almost distractingly so.
I will
She's
speak to her.
Scintillating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Coruscant even.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, my lord. Can I assist? She's very nervous about talking to a space marine.
you might want to watch the reflectivity of your armor.
Oh, yes. One moment, and she flicks a switch on kind of deep under her coat, and they all flick to a non-reflective surface.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that is for the best. I would suggest you keep doing that.
It's normally for stealth operations, but I take your point.
Many strange things on these ships.
Yes, that's probably true. Hey, question. Have you been
Yes.
on one of these before, my lord?
Of course, many.
Is that normal?
My purpose. Whoa, look where she's pointing.
She's pointing like into the wraithbone, and I mean wraithbone is, as the name suggests, it feels very kind of bony, right? Like it's effective like an organic construct almost that you've made. It's kind of psychoreactive, all that sort of stuff. Not quite translucent, but getting towards it. And she goes, "If you look real closely there, is that?" And like Apophis, as you, I mean, you've got a Stardy's eyes, you'll see this no problem. There seems to be set deep into the body of the wraithbone, almost like the wraithbone has grown out over the front of it. A little shaving mirror, like you would see in an Imperial Guardsman's standard issue kit, that has been like nailed to the section of wraithbone, which it's then grown over the top of.
Nailed.
Yeah, physically
Ew.
affixed.
Someone was living in here?
Huh. I
About
mean-
that.
In a space hulk, nothing I suppose is unusual because it all is, but that is odd. I'm gonna go look at the a little mirror, right? Like a little.
Yeah, it's almost like it's effectively just like a sheet of reflective material that's been like nailed into the wall, and then the wraithbone has grown out over the front of it. So you almost
If
can't
you-
see it, and you definitely can't see a reflection in it.
If you
Okay.
paid attention to Gretchen, you do know what a standard issue shaving mirror looks like.
My apologies,
Yeah, Gretchen would absolutely have one.
Yes.
In the kit somewhere.
I mean, that's how
Well,
she
there's
keeps
definitely been
her head
shaved.
shaved.
So
yes.
crisp.
Exactly.
Well, there's definitely been Imperial presence here long enough ago that the Wraithbone has grown through it. How odd.
Huh. Also, my lord, do you know what the tensile strength of this stuff is?
Wraithbone?
Very.
If I drop a crack grenade here, what happens?
I mean, Purpose should know this. He hangs out with freaks who love Wraithbone.
I mean, it'll shatter. It's not proof against any sort of explosives. Normally it will splinter, which means it will create more kind of fragmentation effect than normal. But that's about it.
I mean, it'll explode. It'll go everywhere, though.
She seems reassured by that. Wonderful.
Okay. I'm glad.
Reassuringly pats one of her bandoliers of explosives.
Neve pauses her paranoid checks for a moment to talk to Gretchen.
Mhm.
So, while we were fighting our way here, some of the guardsmen kept calling those things Gretchen.
She does this kind of fuck this again kind of eyes over the top of her thing,
Uh,
and she
It-
kind of goes, "That's what they're called. Yep."
so, did you choose your name or was it given to you?
Did you choose yours?
I did, actually.
Ah. Well, no, I was named this, and it was not anything to do with the orcs.
Okay. It was just a bit confusing for a little while there. They kept saying, push back the Gretchen, shoot Gretchen, Gretchen incoming, and I don't know. Have you considered changing your name? Not saying you should.
I had it first.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's a great name. It's not confusing at all. Let's keep going.
She could have been getting a little bit annoyed, but at it's fine, it's a great name, she seems a little bit placated.
It is a great name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take out my little mirror shard too. I just want to look at it.
No,
Cool.
the demonic one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How
Let's not
deep
look
do
at
you
it.
want to look at a mirror that your pet blue horror gave you?
Not super
Is
deep
the
yet.
blue horror the pet at this point?
He's basically my
Ah,
dog.
Good question.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Great. You.
Parrot.
Let's go DN3 Psychic Mastery. Let's see kind of what you can skim from it if you're not looking too deep. Oh yeah, big time. Succeed with a shift. It is definitely resonating now that you're on the Hulk. It's
Cool.
actually not dissimilar in effect to. You would have seen these before. It's not dissimilar in effect to a flect.
Ah,
A flect being a type of. It's not really a street drug, but it's a basically people on a particular planet in the Imperium would sell warp-infused mirror shards as a way to get high. Had all sorts of unexpected consequences, including demonic possession, because of course it did, because it's warp-infused glass.
There may be side effects, including.
It's not dissimilar in effect to that, but you detect that there's no real presence to it. It's psychically attuned, but there's not enough of anything in there to be anything of note at this point.
just
There's
want to
just
check.
a hint of
Nasty.
something vaguely familiar, but not enough to be able to pin down exactly what.
Okay. I just wanted to check it.
Wonderful.
Shall
Cool.
we continue
Okay.
onward?
Onwards you go, yes. You carry on. There's a big stretch where nothing seems to happen, actually. Everything seems really, really stable through this Eldari part of
Don't like
the
that.
Hulk.
Don't like that.
Everything is nice and clean. There's no vents for anything to erupt out of. There's no major issues that you've noticed.
Gretchen's just like, this ain't right. This ain't right.
The only reason it goes quiet if it's about to be really loud. That's how
I
it
was thinking
works.
more like the Eldar just are really good at warp and ship because they're old and boring.
No trust in
Um,
that. None.
Sergeant Baines shares your disquiet, Gretchen,
Yep.
and is muttering litanies non-stop,
Yep.
like the whole time.
Mhm.
Abjurations against possession.
Yeah, he's just going through the cycle like a rosary.
Yeah. Yep, exactly right. He is saying his prayers. Litany of the Lasgun comes up once or twice.
Yep.
Sergeant,
Um,
must you do that under your breath?
I can do it out loud if you'd like.
I would prefer you didn't do it at all, in fact.
But the horrors, sir.
The horrors are
horrors-
going to hear you!
The horrors persist. But so does the Emperor.
Aye, they'll hear me and they'll come. And we'll kill him. Like the Emperor intended.
Just like the Emperor intended.
Bless his space Irish cotton socks.
Bless his cotton socks, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's both West Country and Yorkshire.
Yeah, he's kind of a pastiche because accents in the 41st millennium can be
I was
whatever I
going to
want
say,
them to be.
they're from space.
Everyone's
Space
from
Ireland.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. Lots of places have a north. Yes, but he sort of quietens down a little bit, but you still hear under your breath fewer litanies and just a repetition of Cadia stands. Cadia stands.
Oh,
Cadia
no.
stands.
That
Oh,
seems
that-
personal. That's
poor
personal
bastard.
now.
So
More time with
Teddy,
Doug.
yay!
Gretchen and Apophis, you guys definitely know this.
Oh,
Cadia
yes.
was.
I may have been there.
Yeah,
That's why it's
Cadia
awkward.
was once upon a time the planet that basically kept a finger in the bottle of the warp spilling out into the material world. There's a giant warp storm called the Eye of Terror, and that's where a whole bunch of warp entities sort of emerge into real space from, because it's an easy kind of thinning of the veil, effectively. It's almost like a breach. Cadia sat on like the only stable route out of there. And so Cadia was like an Imperial fortress world that the Imperials held basically at all costs to stop chaos from breaching out into the galaxy.
Big
You guys are now
honor.
in M42. So basically big martial culture, right? Because everybody is basically trained from birth to defend the planet.
Everybody
You
is
field strip
guard.
a las
Everybody
gun
has
before
a
you walk.
duty. Yep.
Yep.
And they all have purple eyes.
Yep.
Yes, from living in the sort of lee of this warp storm forever.
Mhm.
It is now M42 in 999 M41, so the very just before we flick over to M42. That planet was destroyed by chaos.
Oh.
Chaos Space Marines effectively
Cadia-
flew a space station into the planet to blow it the hell up.
Cadia didn't fall, just the planet failed.
Yeah, that's right. The planet broke before the guard did. So now the Cadians that survive are very, very stubborn about it.
Right.
And Cadia Stands has become their mantra to survive. Man, every time I throw something in just for flavor, I'm like, oh, Warhammer lore requires a lot of explaining, actually.
It's good explaining, though. This is why we
it.
love 40k.
Yeah.
But yes, so Cadian's reflexively going, Cadia Stand is the thing.
Yep.
Because they will,
so Sergeant
and
Baines
have,
is just...
and continue to.
Purpose is thinking about Cousin Abaddon.
Fucking Abaddon couldn't win any shit because he didn't have any arms, and that's TG lore, not 40k lore. But
No, that's
a wild thing to say.
That is meme lore.
I think the Warhammer one has two big strong arms and a claw on one of them.
He's very angry.
There was a very famous picture of an Abaddon that hadn't had his arms put on yet, and everybody just loved it so much that was the Abaddon that kept failing to take Cadia. Of course he failed. He doesn't have any arms.
No.
I wasn't part of the 13th Black Crusade, just so you know.
You get
that
the
raises
most
so many
startled
questions
look.
already answered by
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I did 3, 9, and 12.
Yeah, I definitely didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm not responsible.
I was not. I was not and have never been in the Black Legion.
Am not
So
affiliated.
did this happen within living memory of this guy, or is this an ancestral story?
No, this would be living memory for him. He would have been one of the guardsmen holding the planet until it broke, and then evacuated off world. Unless he was somewhere else, in which case he would have even more trauma about it because he wasn't there when the planet died.
Ah, that's very Thorin Oakenshield, frolicking in a field while dragons eat his family.
There's a bit of that shit going on. I'm just glad that you didn't make anybody in our squad Tanith. I might have cried.
Yes, I've deliberately avoided Tanith first. There's not many of them left either.
Good. No, there's not. And Dan Abnett's got them all earmarked.
Yeah, it's true. He's got names for everyone, and he's killed them all in such inventive ways. Anyway, I apologize. Lore digression. Sergeant Baines is muttering Cadia Stands under his breath and is kind of using that a little bit like a touchstone to keep himself sane.
Which is important in a place like this.
Seems
not going to help.
Healthy, even.
Yeah, look, this
Dyatlov kind of sidles up
reaction,
and says, it helps him, my lord. Perhaps let him chant.
Yeah, if he wants to chant, he can chant. I'm not ringing the dinner bell.
Thank you, my lord. And Dyatlov kind of filters back towards the back of the group where his long lads will do the most good.
Oh my stars. I love them all
Sister
too much.
Anthony's just going to whistle that song that him and Neve was singing in the ship.
I feel like this is a real, right now, in her head. Okay, I was going to say, right now we're in Space Appalachia and you're whistling.
No, I mean, no, she's whistling out loud. It's just that it's stuck in her head.
Oh, great. Stop it.
What?
She noticed she was whistling.
As you whistle, it echoes down the corridors in a wonderfully resonant manner. It's almost like music is added to it in the way it bounces off the Wraithbone.
Oh, fucking elves. Yeah, that made a... Yeah, that checks out.
At some point, At some point, you hit another fork in the road. This one is a little bit different in that it is very obviously not human. Archways are much more graceful, and human ships tend to run on a very like deck kind of platform, right? Humans like to think in 2 dimensions in terms of movement. We tend not to try and do too much 3-dimensional nonsense. This Eldar one definitely has a fork that goes left and right, but then also just a pit. In the
He's
middle
gonna
of the
kick a
intersection.
rock down it.
How's the fog of war looking for each of these?
You can definitely see down each corridor without too much trouble. Like they kind of curve
Yeah,
off into
yeah.
themselves a little bit later
Kinda
down, but you'll definitely see anything coming.
Mistgate business going on.
But looking
Yeah,
down the pit, as you kick the rock down, like there's a loose bit of detritus or
There's
something. You kick
absolutely
that
a
down.
rock there.
It
It's tactical rock. That's
yeah, that's right. Everyone's got a tactical rock. It basically feather falls down.
yep.
Oh, cool. Gravity.
Fucking elves.
Fun.
Yep. Craftworld.
And the Inquisitor goes, Gravtech. I should have expected this.
From elves, of course.
Yes.
I want to. Can I cast a spell?
I don't know, can you? Yes, of course. What spell would you like to cast?
I would like to shape flesh.
Oh, interesting.
What?
Okay. What's the DN on a shape flesh?
I don't know.
Let me have a
Stats,
look, hang on.
effects. It's a self one. Don't worry. I think I just do it.
If you click on shape flesh, it does correctly do everything for you. So if you click on the dice next to shape flesh, that will set the DN correctly for you. So I think it's DN 6.
6. Okay, well, let me have a go.
Yep.
Purpose is just going to hang back a little bit and cast a spell.
You succeed.
Woo.
You don't have any shifts to spend, so you can't do anything extra with it.
Okay. I have altered my corneas.
Oh, yo.
Yep.
And I now have basically prey sense goggles in my eyes, so I can see heat.
Cool.
Only if it's heat, though. If
You
anything is cold
immediately
and
get
scary,
fucking blinded by
fucking robot,
Gretchen's
fucked.
low stick.
but if we're in total darkness, then at least I can see something.
Cool. There's kind of a general sort of slight warmth coming from the tube or the pit, which you suspect is the tech that's sort of maintaining the anti-grav field working as intended.
Okay.
But there's nothing at the bottom of it that would suggest anything else at this point. It looks like it, honestly, right down the very bottom is very cold. Almost like it's like an empty space.
I was going to say, I can only see stuff with heat, so if there's cold monsters down there, then I don't know. Which way do we want to go?
I do not want to go into the old.
We don't have to.
Or do I?
So the only thing differentiating
hole.
these 3 paths is left, right, down.
Yes, correct. That is basically all you've got at the moment.
They're all otherwise Eldari and creepy.
Are we all out of servo skulls?
Yes.
Yes, alas. No servo skull seems to have returned to you. The Inquisitor stares at effectively the wall opposite the pit for a moment and says, "We must investigate all avenues."
Oh, we're going through.
I shall go left. You pick a direction.
Oh man.
Neve is suddenly keen about trying to blast a hole through the wall.
He's
Yeah, I
running
don't know.
left, which is traditional.
I want to jump down the hole.
You want to jump down the hole?
I want to
Well,
jump down
Gretchen
the
will
hole.
follow you because you've got the biggest shoulders.
Thank you. But I'm not going to jump down the hole unless all of us want to jump down the hole.
The Inquisitor taps a few things on their wristband, and like a little hololithic display of the Wrath of Ruin shows up, and he says, "We shall regroup here." And he points to like a dome, effectively. It's not terribly far away, but it does give you space to explore some passageways on your own, find some other stuff, or at least try and find a safe path forwards. and regroup somewhere where your numbers are going to make a difference. Because at the moment you're all still kind of cramped into corridors.
I, as a person who is afraid of everything, does not want to go down the hole. But the post-it note I have for Sister Anthony says she wants to go down the hole. So he must follow.
You know.
Yeah. She wants to, I want to see the hole.
Onwards to adventure. She probably noticed the feather fall and thought it looked.
Well,
Yeah.
it still look fun.
She has an impulse for throwing herself into situations, I think.
It's true.
Are you going to go down the hole with us?
Neve says, well, it feels like a trap, but okay.
Sometimes a trap
Gretchen's
makes
just like,
these,
Space
most-
Hulk.
Wait.
This entire space hole was a trap, yes.
Maybe the least intimidating corridor.
I'm
is
just
a
Tom
trap.
Hardy this entire time. That's bait.
Maybe it's all a
Mhm.
trap. Yeah. No, Sister Anthony's going to jump in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sergeant Baines gathers his
One of those
quad and
ones
goes,
where
all
we're
right,
still
lads.
we're still deciding, and she just yee.
Yeah.
I'll miss that.
Yep. Watches Sister Anthony disappear. All right, lads. Grab dispersal. Let's go. And he just jumps in as well. Shotgun pointed down quite comfortably.
Here we go.
Yes,
here
I
we go,
have
here we go.
devoted followers.
So
Look,
seven
I
naval
honestly-
armsmen jump down with you.
Honestly, with the saint leaping merrily in, the guardsmen are probably not too upset about it.
Mm-hmm. The last thing you kind of, assuming that everybody is now jumping in the hole. I mean,
Don't
you don't
jump
have
in the
to.
hole.
I can run the split party system if you'd really like.
Neve will jump last.
Yep. You and Dyatlov are the last two in. Dyatlov is clearly covering everybody from up top as well with his long lads, and then eventually goes, "Time to go," and he
Bless
will
that
jump.
man.
Last thing you see then, Neve, is the Inquisitor directing 10 naval armsmen down the other corridor with orders to explore.
Oh, they did.
Okay.
Bye.
The Inquisitor
I
has
had-
effectively
dude-
left themselves with only like 5 armsmen in support, as well as Lexel Gallets and
I was
Kyle,
going to say,
so-
they got all those named characters. They're
he's
going
not
to be
he's
particularly
fine.
fine. Yeah.
He got a bunch of guys with experience points.
And plot armor.
Cool. You descend. It is not an altogether unpleasant feeling. Any of you who have used a grab shoot before, which might be Gretchen for an orbital, airborne drop, might be Neve in terms of you might have
maybe.
found one time and jumped down a couple of levels on the hive. Apophis, you've flown before. Sister Anthony, everything is new to you, so this is great.
Yeah, I think she's having a nice time.
Having said that,
Great.
as you fall, a memory triggers.
Oh.
You are flying through the air gracefully. How has Sister Anthony positioned herself for this fall? Have you jumped in feet first, or are you kind of head first, Supermaning down?
I feel like swan dive.
Swan dive? Perfect. Suddenly a memory flashes into your head of you in black armor rather than pink. With
Heresy.
a with a jump pack strapped to your back, fashioned in the shape of angels' wings.
Ooh.
Small sort of vector jets emerging from or from pinion tips, directing the flow of your movement. And you are ever so briefly transported back to a time when you soared through the air with the righteous fury of the Emperor on your lips and in your fists. And then it's gone. And you are Sister Anthony, falling down an Eldar grab chute once again.
She's having less fun. But she'll blink it off.
Perfect. You all land. Sergeant Baines' squad has set up in quite an effective and efficient dispersal pattern. Shotguns out, covering the area. It almost looks like, for want of a better term, an elevator lobby. You have landed in a place that is effectively like a small enclosed room. There's what look like Eldar bench seats which basically looks like everyone else's bench seats, but slightly taller than is comfortable for a human. Given that Eldar are slightly taller and more slender. But otherwise, everything's still made of wraithbone, and you are now sitting in a lobby with a closed door in front of you.
Is it all clean, or is there debris and junk everywhere?
The lobby itself is reasonably clean, but you see off to either side of the grav chute that you have arrived down 2 more grav chutes that have clearly collapsed in on themselves. So one of them has so much junk and rubble on the pad effectively that it's unusable. And the other one looks usable, but as soon as you set or throw anything into it, it just clatters to the floor. So whatever grav tech was maintaining it has shorted out. And that tube no longer works. Where go? What do?
But door in front, you said.
There is a door in front. It is currently closed.
Is there an Eldari open button? Like,
There is indeed a large kind of
Auspex.
fancy.
I think the
Auspex,
Auspex can
indeed.
see through walls to a degree.
Yes, it kind of, yeah, exactly right. Like it kind of runs on aliens kind of scanner tech.
Yeah.
You are scanning. There seems to be, what does it pick up? It picks up heat and it picks up movement, right?
Just double check that sounds
Not
right.
to spoil the fun by asking very specific questions about what the Auspex does and does not collect.
Energy
perfect
emissions,
questions.
motion, and other life signs.
Okay, cool. Energy emissions, motion, and other life signs within 50 meters. There's definitely something next door. It's not registering as kind of
Life
signs. So there's no life next door. There's no motion next door. There is a vague sense of some kind of warp energy behind the door. Now that might just be because the Space Hulk is full of warp energy and there's going to be phenomena. Might be something else. You're not entirely sure at this stage.
Neve will say, okay, there's getting an anomaly on the other side of that door, but can't interpret it. Just be careful. Careful.
Put my ear to the door, please. Do I hear anything? Does it sound warpy or does it feel sparkly?
Roll investigation. Let's see what you know. DN
Is my brain
5, let's say.
Is my brain itching?
Your brain hasn't stopped itching since you got onto the Space Hulk. There is
Oh, fabulous.
warp shenanigans abounding.
What am I doing? Insight. Investigation.
Investigation, please. Yes.
DN what, sorry? 5?
5. See what you can figure out.
Godskin sitting in front of my screen.
Oh, with a Wrath crit, 3 6s, triple 6.
Ooh, nice.
Yo.
So you
Siege!
definitely
Wait,
succeed.
that's Slanesh. Never mind.
That is indeed Slanesh's number, 666. There is a stillness on the other side of this door that you find disquieting. Reaching out with your mind, there are no minds on the other side of this door. At least nothing that you would consider a mind. It's almost like there are echoes of a mind. No, that's not right. Echoes of many minds on the other side of this door.
Did you find out what happened to the Eldar?
Do I have a sneaking suspicion of what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me think about the best way to... Sorry, I'm not just going to end it on, yeah, you do. That's it.
I feel like there's only so many things that could be.
You have heard tell... well, I mean, you have investigated. Sorry, you're not sitting in taverns hearing rumors. You're a wizard of the Thousand Suns. You have done research into stories of ships that disappear into the warp and then reappear centuries later with the ghosts of their crew haunting the halls. This is not dissimilar to what those psychers have reported on that front. Gretchen, you've definitely heard stories of you're the one who's heard the tavern stories of ghost ships that have shown up over time. But
And never mind,
Apophis,
I totally didn't get that. Yeah. Thought it was
you've
something
definitely got
worse.
ghosts
No, I thought it was
on the ship.
something worse. Okay. There's ghosts. I think it okay. Ghosts do exist. And I do think there may be some on the other side of that door. If the wolf readings are correct.
Sorry, ghosts exist? Ghosts.
Yes. Ghosts. Yes.
I see. Okay.
Ghosts are real.
Do they attack?
I don't know.
Can they be
No,
shot?
your knowledge ends with they are real. I see.
I don't often deal with ghosts.
Well, I guess we could see.
Sure. So I'm not gonna open the door. I will open the
Anthony
door.
will open the door if no one else wants to open
Okay.
the door. That's fine.
Hands are
Is it-
reaching for the kind of access port door. It's almost like it looks like effectively an Eldar version of an elevator call button.
We have
You know,
established
like
that
in
I
most
know how to
sci-fi, where
open
you
a
have
door.
the side
Yeah.
button to open a slidey door. You're about to push the button when the Vox erupts in static. And you hear snippets of panicked shouting and screaming. And you hear, this is Squad Quartus calling for assistance on all frequencies. If you're anywhere near us, please come assist us. We're under... Cuts out.
Oh my god. Who turned out the
Oh,
lights?
yeah, they were always gonna get eaten.
Who turned out the lights?
Are we anywhere near them?
Hard to tell, given, where that you can hear them over the Vox would suggest that there's at least some proximity. You could try calling them back.
Surely we
And
wouldn't
those are
regret trying to
easy
call them
to
back.
You wouldn't resist
Drop.
giving away your position on that one, would you?
We are in an old with ghosts.
I think Neve is just going to assume there's no reliable way to find them. So, yeah,
That's
they're,
fair.
they're on their own. Maybe another group is in a better position to help them.
Yep, that seems fair. Cool. Everyone make an awareness check as you listen to that Vox transmission come through as well. I think we'll make it DN 5.
Oh, not 53.
No, please don't make it difficulty 53.
You could do
I mean,
it.
you could, but
You could, yeah.
Okay, cool. Apophis, you catch right at the end of that transmission, just before it cuts out and Squad Quarters is presumably lost forever to everybody. There is a sound of weapons fire.
Oh.
That, I mean, you've got the successes on that. It's not shotgun or las fire. You're pretty sure it probably isn't human gunfire either.
So the Xenos aboard the ship as well.
And that's all you get out of that before the
I mean,
transmission
we've
is
already
gone.
come across orcs.
Yeah. No, yeah, good point. Did you hear that at the end there?
Busy
Gretchen.
party.
Can I do some kind of roll for do I know those guns?
I'll let
Ballistic
you
skill,
roll.
perhaps.
Alas, not ballistic skill. I'll let you roll
Rip.
scholar.
Okay. Well, that's not going to get us very far, but oh well. What's a DN?
Now that Apophis has pointed out to you, let's make it 3.
Alright,
Right.
well,
They are not human, they're definitely Xeno.
nope. Sounds like a gun.
Funny part is, it doesn't sound like a gun, so you're having trouble placing it.
Mm.
It's more like a...
Okay, it sounds like heresy, but I don't know what flavor.
Okay.
It didn't
Well,
sound
it's
like
definitely not human, whatever it is.
Didn't sound like a needler, did it? Because they sort of sound. Well, I mean, they're kind of suppressed. So
See, the sound that you made with your mouth then is like, microfibers, I do not want. But
Yeah, so basically, I mean,
Gretchen's got
it's
no
not
idea.
quite needler. It's maybe slightly needler adjacent in terms of it's clearly pushing out something much smaller than a bullet,
okay,
but not Imperial needler technology.
I think David
specifically.
might know what it is, but Neve definitely
have-
wouldn't. Neve has no context for this.
Yes. Cool. Excellent. Well, that will be a fun little mystery for us to uncover later. Sister Anthony, you were about to push a door button.
Yeah.
You push a door button.
It's a mimic.
Wait, no.
Alas, the
Wrong
door is not a mimic.
Situation.
Weren't you the one pressing the door in the pre-game as well? I feel like this.
Yes,
This
it
is your-
has been well
your
established that Mr.
jam.
Anthony can open a door.
Fucking
Sister Anthony,
iconic
you
queen.
open the door. You open into concert hall, some kind of forum, some kind of public square, I guess is perhaps the best way to think about it.
Eldari
tiered-
bullshit of some description.
Tiered seating, central kind of stage, platform, discussion area, that sort of thing. All of it sitting underneath a crystal glass dome that is open to space. So, you know, the infinite mystery of the universe kind of hangs outside the walls of this particular space. Kind of scattered all over the seats, grouped together on the stage, all over the place with no rhyme or reason really. Not in the ordered tiered seating you would expect people would take when they went to see a symposium here or anything like that. There are Eldar. Hundreds and hundreds of Eldari bodies mummified by exposure to solar radiation from that dome at the top.
Oh,
Their hands
damn!
reaching to the heavens as if to escape whatever fate has befallen their craft world. The tatters of robes of office, of artisans, of stonemason or wraithbone bone singers. Everyone gathered in here. And Apophis, now that the door is open, you definitely get a swelling of fear, of pain, of loss, of anger, of all of these emotions that these people would have had as they fell into the warp in this craft world. With the arrival of life in this dead space, dead space, sorry. With the arrival of life in this dead
Leonardo
space,
point.
the Eldar body at the center of the stage, standing at a lectern, slowly turns its head to you
Yep.
as eyeless sockets lock on to the new life forms that have entered this space. And that's where we're going to end our session, actually, for today. So, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know how our heroes are going to get out of this one, but I look forward to hearing about it in 3 weeks' time.
Ballistically, I should think.
Have a great time, everyone. We'll see you later.